Hello and welcome everyone to Zelda Speedruns. So today we have a random settings league for OOTR, and this is Swiss round 1 Alexis versus Manu 4486. I will be your restreamer, I'm Chloe, hi. And today with me I have 5 fantastic person helping me. So we have Out of This World Burrito and Alexander Harold as commentators, and we have Alleyoops, Akariana, and Fennel for tracking. So I will stop talking and let the commentator do the job. Take it away, you two.
All right. Thank you very much, Chloe. Welcome, everybody. It's Sunday. We finally got a round 1 stream of Random Settings League. Let's go. Alex, are you hyped?
Yeah. It'll be fun. It's the first, I believe, to 5 or 6 Swiss rounds this year. Last year we did groups. This year we're doing Swiss, because there's quite a bit more people joining up for that. Especially with the new RSL light settings that you can set up, where it does picks and bans.
Yeah, did you want to explain how that works? Because I know it takes place in the Midos scheduling room, so I couldn't take a peek at it in the race room.
Actually, what I should have said was not picks, but bans specifically, where you basically ban a setting to its more or less it's two settings, where it's like more or less off or on, depends on the setting, because there are quite a few settings that have like multiple different I would say outcomes, like Ganon, entrances, for example, indoor entrances and such, where it's like
Spirit Bridge
versus all. Yeah, exactly that too. But it kind of defaults them, or makes it more likely for them to be default, depending on the setting as well. Because I banned a card and it was still shuffled. So.
Yeah, because there's outside of RSL Lite and the standard RSL, there's bans and blocks, I understand.
For a lot of them that have like different settings, but like you can choose them. It's like picks and bans.
Got it. Yeah, so
like in multi-world, for example, which is also going actually through the last of its Swiss rounds. But yeah, this is a pretty strong start. We got 2 wallets already, 7 hearts, iron boots, and mirror shields. So we're eating pretty healthy.
Yeah, you were explaining to me the possible consequences of starting with 2 wallet upgrades already. Do you want to say that for everyone else?
So it's more for 1 wallet upgrade, but it's there's a chance that vanilla scrubs are on, but like they have items, but it's at vanilla prices. Okay, so we have a vanilla spawn.
Oh, and then I noticed that the wall is starting empty rather than filled.
Yeah.
All right, we're already seeing 2 different philosophies here with Alexis checking the shop.
It looks like we have random or 2 for shops, and we have chest side appearance matches content.
Yeah, which Manu just grabbed a bow out of.
Yep. And we have shops 2 or shops random. I can't say for sure yet.
And it looks like Deku's open.
Yep. Fire Temple, Path to Tower. That tells me that we have trials on. I don't know which trials yet, but we have at least a trial on.
Let it be fire trial, everyone's favorite.
It'll be actually. Wait, that was DMC Scrub being dead. So we do have Scrub Sanity. But a more cursed one actually right now would be Light Trial, because it looks like we have either Overworld keys or full key Sanity.
Oh, right, and you need one key to
Because
pass
we
the
got a
light trial
fire
in the back.
Because yeah, we also got a fire small key in the Kokiri shop.
Mm-hmm.
Ocarina is not shuffled. So
So is Monty making a play for adult here already, or just going to go check market? Because they just basically ran around Kokiri and then left immediately, while Alexis is going for some of those early grabs in Deku.
well, another thing to consider is Weird Egg.
Oh, right. Because we might have the full trade quest set up, huh?
Well, once we get the egg free, then it's not a big deal. Okay, so we have some sort of skull shuffle, and it looks like it's dungeons at the very least. Whether we have more, I don't know.
Yeah, we'll have to wait until they defeat Skulltula in the overworld. Dungeon Skull Shuffle is kind of already pretty intimidating, though, knowing where some of these Skulltulas might be, like Deku Basement in the back.
Yep.
Okay, maybe kill a second one in the overworld. Just in case.
Yeah, it takes a few. And that's a bomb bag in Deku Tree.
That's big. And already putting it to work, checking the Skulltulas.
Hmm.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
looking like it's either...
up.
Yeah, looking like either 2 or it's random, because... I'm gonna put it at 2, I think, for shops.
Yeah, that's a safe bet.
Alright,
Lucky's already has a bomb bag, and we'll pick up a bow here before leaving for Mido's house. Amado's just went straight to market and is scoping that out, and so far hasn't found anything other than there was Slingshot in the shop, and we might find something on this minigame.
Yeah, it was 180 rupees for that Slingshot.
Yeah, that's expensive, especially since Alexis already went through Deku and didn't really come out with any rupees. So right now we're on bridge farming for money, which we might see Manu do here, depending on how much they want that Slingshot.
It actually wouldn't be a bad thing either to pass time a day. But yeah, grabbing that 50 is going to be really nice for Alexi.
Mm-hmm.
And
it looks like Overworld spiders are vanilla.
Oh, and there's no shuffle on Weird Egg. Or if it is shuffled, it happened to land vanilla. Desert Colossus Path to Time. Oh, okay. So we have Closed Door of Time.
We're going to see. This is going to be a long child segment, isn't it? I mean, we have bombs already.
Songs, though. 40 is
40
the
skulls
Kokiri. GTG key in Zora's domain. Shadow Temple hoards a Skulltula token.
Sick. Gotta rush that.
Very useful. 11 major items in Spirit.
So chat's asking, can Desert Colossus be path to time?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep, and then Manu saying, yep, sure, it sure is closed. All right. Well, let's see. This might be a plated Deku, or maybe going to Lost Woods from here for Manu.
But buying Deku's shield here, not a bad plan. I also see that we have beans shuffled too, so...
Oh, good spot.
But we can afford that fire small key. Oh, but it also means that the basement is 8 key locked.
Man, the beans are 310 rupees in the shop. We have the wallet for it, but right now we're stretching on rupees right now.
Yeah, well,
I think we
it
have
looks like
plenty
we'll
of
be
time.
full clearing Deku here.
Yep. We'll likely see them run around to the back and check the Skulltula in the back room too.
And if you thought that this was going to be a long child segment, just wait until you realize that we still have to do trials. Because we got to path the tower hint.
That, and also for these settings, one setting that's always turned off is, I believe, child's not allowed to jump the Gerudo Bridge as a rule. So there's no getting to... There's no going across the desert forward as child.
Nope.
To be fair, I don't know if starting with Mirror Shield is like the thing I would look forward to the most. It's something that's like,
oh
yeah,
my
if I did
God.
that, it's good, but oof. But big Goron
we got
sword?
expensive. No, that was Giant's knife. We got expensive merchants on.
Well, at least we have a big wallet.
True, very true.
Carpet salesman's
Don't
looking
forget the
very
granny
intimidating.
shop. Don't forget the granny potion shop hint. Because she can come up into play.
No, that's a good question from Tomatalk. In these settings, is Child Fortress spawn and randomized spawns off then? I would assume that it's still on, you just can't skip the gap.
You could still get there. I mean, if you have full Overworld, for example.
Yeah, or if you can reverse.
Back.
Yeah.
It's just logic doesn't expect you to do it from the forward. And that was... Oh, is that prescription? That looked like prescription on that token.
That's a really inconvenient spot.
We don't know if they are on, but we have one that isn't on, at least. Because there isn't... You can roll vanilla dungeons with ER. Of course, if you start getting like 5 or 6 vanilla, chances are it is off, but not 100%, because I have seen, like, I've had seeds where I've had ER on, and it's like 5 or 6 vanilla dungeons.
Yeah, you can have a lot of entrances randomized in these settings. So far, there's no indication that they are.
Yeah, ER and they're all vanilla is in fact possible. Very unlikely, but possible.
We'll have to wait and see until we get to a second dungeon. Which, if we're stuck as child forever, that's probably going to be DC. Alright, so Alexis already finishing Goma, clearing out Deku. Goma is going to give a token. Very cool. I mean, it's like it's literally, it says it's an armored arachnid, not being arachnid, but Skulltula token seems appropriate.
It is pretty convenient, though, that this is technically in logic, though, because we have the slingshot. Well, we have a slingshot that's available for 180 rupees.
Right.
Who knows? Maybe we never will need that at all, because there is a chance that we just could never access it, because you can switch. It can be random, but oh, we have Grotto ER on.
Rep Storm in the Valley. Fairy Fountain.
Yep. Valley Storms is a fairy fountain. And grottos are going to be more important when you realize that scrubs are on, because we got a scrub hint.
Yep.
But
that's a lot of shops.
Graveyard is Wath. It looks like they're affordable.
Okay, that's good. So affordable settings, for a reminder for everybody, is all the scrub merchants or scrubs. It says 10 rupees. So luckily we're not going to have to do too much rupee farming, at least for those.
Yeah, but our shops seem to be pretty expensive. Yeah, in RSL you can in fact generate both Wath and Path Hints. Wath
It's
in
very
RSL just means that the item that you find locks a lot in the seed. Like, for example, a Wath bomb bag or a Wath hookshot are good examples of this. But if you get a path, then it goes more specific to like which dungeon you're supposed to go to. You could get a Wath hammer, and that just tells you that that hammer is locking quite a few things. If you get a path to tower, then it's primarily locking the tower, but it can lock other things.
And if anyone's still waking up like I am, because I'm West Coast, Wath, as a reminder, is Way of the Hero. So it means that's what you need to beat the game. So runners typically prioritize paths and Way of the Heroes when finding those hints. We're about to see some scrubs here on the left, though. Compass to Deku Tree? Oh, good.
Yep.
Compass info.
Oh, there's a boomerang.
And there's rain. Cool.
In Lost Woods. So that's one half of
Azulian in
the
chat
kit.
was like, I wonder where the ring is. So there you go. Got it answered.
But yeah, it depends on things like our bridge condition, because we could have it's 6 meds, but we could also have a heart bridge.
Yeah, there's a lot of different bridge
happened.
conditions.
Because that was actually my round. Oh my god!
Oh, there's Rudos.
Oh,
Cool.
And we also got bomb chews.
Oh, like actual chews, not a refill?
No, like a bomb chew bag.
Oh, sick. Okay, well that answers a lot more questions about the settings. So it looks like we actually have logical access to... Well, no, we don't have... we need Scale or Lullaby still to get into Jabu logically. I mean, that's not going to stop us, but logically. When you have Cuckoos, you have a way. Oh, there's a key for Water Temple.
Small on Hot Rodder.
Yeah. Yeah, so dungeon keys being randomized in the overworld is always something that's intimidating, because that can get out of hand pretty fast.
Like, regionals usually very tame, but this looks like it's full, at least full overworld, or full key sanity.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we haven't seen much in the way of dungeons yet, so can't be for certain. But it feels like right now there's more keys. Like, we're getting a lot of keys right now, so it makes me feel like it's overworld only keys as well. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yo, Cowweb Grotto, let's go! That's the only time you'll ever see that grotto, folks, is when grottos are randomized.
Well, we could be required to go there for cows.
Yeah, so just talking about a hint that we just saw.
Are...
Oh, right, cows can be randomized with opponents, huh?
Yep.
I saw that the hint in the back of the maze was Storm's Grotto and Gerudo Fortress is something. I didn't see the third part. It was probably saying what that grotto was.
Ooh. Yeah, it might have been Fortress Storms is also a small fairy fountain.
Oh, big chest on trail, which is Scale. Oh. Okay, that's also logical access.
Jabus.
You gotta climb a mountain to get into the whale. Oh, there's a big chest for Manu, though. Central rooms are dead. Okay, so central rooms are dead.
Yeah, the 3 key lock tokens.
That's good, because that will help you navigate well and not sweat your keys. And there's Dins.
That's not a bad find.
Mm-hmm. And Alexis peeked into Dodongo's and then went, you know what, not now, and backed out.
But no, this is not regional. If it was regional, even if dungeons are shuffled, you'd still get them in the in your normal regions. Like, for example, Fire Temple small keys would be in like the fire region, even if like dungeons are shuffled, because it's come up quite a bit in multi-world. Because we have like keys, like key rings, and the setting is you can shuffle them in like regionally.
Right.
It can
So,
get a
like,
little cursed.
like if you have regional key shuffling on, and you find it in like you find water temple keys in Lake Hylia or somewhere that's adjoined in theme to that. So you shouldn't find water temple keys, for example, in like Desert Colossus if you have regional keys on. Yo, heart container. Mine is grabbing it for a refill. I'm down.
Yeah.
Also, still might have the heart requirement to what you mentioned earlier, so you actually want to be picking those up.
Yeah, but it looks
get back a waterfall.
like it looks like it's not. I know it's not a skulls requirement, but yeah, Water Temple is Kokiri Emerald. We saw it on because he picked up the compass from chickens. Haunted Wasteland is foolish. That is 2 checks.
Yeah, but that includes
At least.
expensive merchant, so that's nice.
Yeah, that's 2 checks. That's what I said. Because it would normally be 1. Although, if crates are shuffled, which doesn't seem like it, Overworld, it doesn't seem like Overworld skulls are on at all. We did some more peeking, and it seems like they're all vanilla. So yeah, it's not a strong hint this time around. Thieves' Hideout is foolish.
That's also kind of a meh hint.
Yeah.
Unless, I guess, does that reveal any information about carpenters?
Well, yeah, it means that we have more than one, or not one, but we have at least one carpenter required.
Okay.
And look, the royal family tomb. We'll see what the keys are here. And that was in Kakariko Village. But yeah, this is a huge grotto to find, especially if... Because it doesn't seem like songs are shuffled amongst the world. It seems... Yeah, exactly. It's songs on songs. But I don't think crate sanity's on, because we were able to peek at least one crate, and it was off.
Yeah, so it seems that in RSL, a lot of the strategy is not just, running your usual mentalities, but also figuring out the settings along the way so you can better focus your energy more and understand what you need.
It looks like Warp songs aren't shuffled.
Right.
But yeah, it means that, yeah, member card and the keys could just be shuffled. We don't know how many carpenters. It could be 1, it could be all 4. And yeah, card is probably just shuffled as well, which...
It's a good day to be a fan of Thieves' Hideout then, is what you're saying, because we're going to see a lot of it.
Yeah, I figured. Because we have, like, random... we have keys everywhere. Yeah. Okay, but...
I do like Tomal Talk's randomized carpenter idea. It would be like hide and seek, but with carpenters.
But... Yeah, Heart Bridge is off the table because we found a piece of heart in a small chest.
Mm-hmm.
Blue fire arrows are unfortunately off. because we would have seen the text for it.
Oh, right. Go fishing for carpenters. They're always jogging at the bottom. You gotta use the deep lure. I did not see what the owl said, because that's a good point. Where the owl takes you might be randomized. Let's see what he says this time. Back to the castle.
It is not shuffled.
Good looking out, though.
But Alexis got just got a gold rupee from one of the brown chests. So
that's great. And then it looks
No,
like
it's
Manu
not
is waiting
shuffled.
for night.
because if it was shuffled, you would see the text. It would say like going back to Hyrule Castle specifically when you have like shuffles on. So no, that setting is specifically off.
Yo, checking what's normally the cowweb grotto, and we know it's not a cowweb. What is it?
Ooh, two
It's
scrubs.
Scrub merchants. Let's go. It might be something. Richard didn't give us anything, unfortunately. Or I guess Richard's mom. I'm not going to blame the dog. Nothing in that grotto, but the skeletal tokens might be nice.
The crate is definitely confirmed off.
Oh my goodness. Well, we found our last wallet upgrade.
Yep.
Tycoon wallet, let's go. Yeah, those prices weren't too bad. We're going to be checking Bombchu Bowling finally. This will be new information for us as we find out there's a dungeon map there, and Manu's not worried about that information.
Blown up the poor lady. She's just doing her job.
Oh, she's fine. She's immortal. She might even
It
just be a
still
robot.
hurts.
At least in Ocarina of Time, she doesn't have legs. She just floats there. She has massive upper body strength. She's probably the strongest character in the game. We've seen a few heart pieces.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a lot of containers so far. Does she have legs in Majora's Mask? I think they gave her legs in Majora's Mask. We literally have a Majora's Mask restreamer here. Do they know the leg lore, though?
Well, a free stick is a free stick.
Yeah.
To be fair, most people don't exactly go looking for legs until they glitch them, like they did with the shop guy.
Like that hit, by the way, is Water Temple, Spirit Temple key.
Yep.
But go on. You were talking about glitchy legs.
Yeah, like picking them up and like you pick them up.
Oh, and throw them.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, we're finally getting Talon awake, and I guess we're gonna see if we need to go do. What? We're gonna go have to sneak around.
Off.
Oh, okay.
The stealth section's off. It's been off for a few seasons.
Is Mono using this for movement then?
No, it's to get the song check.
Oh, right. Gotta go in here for the song check because it let her.
Okay, it looks like Child is unshuffled for that.
Okay,
and
there's our
that is
yeah.
Song of Time.
There's our Colossus access. So actually, our child segment could be as short as 30 minutes if the runners want it to be.
Yeah.
Manu being really good about their wallet management here. Any opportunity they get to get rupees, they're grabbing them.
But yeah, now's a good time probably to get Lon Lon Ranch.
Mm-hmm.
And Alexi will be even better off because he has Minuet, so he can chain that in with Saria's. Well, never mind. Also getting the song, so that'll help a lot.
Yeah, Minuet's a great warp song, especially as adult, because that just lets you get past that jerk Mido if he's turned on. Who needs Saria's song?
We're going to be getting prescriptions soon, it looks like.
Oh yeah, you think Alexis is going back for prescription?
Oh, 100. I feel like he's going to come back for it. But I think
Looks
right
like he's
now
trying to
he's
grab some
farming
rupees.
cash.
Yeah, and he must be just short of something in the cash shop that he wants. Oh, we're doing flame storage to check our royal family tomb. I believe Alexis did this earlier and did not come out with anything for it.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Wow, really just grinding out the rupees here.
I think he might be going for the bean.
You
That's why
think
he
he's gonna
keeps coming
grind
back.
another 60 rupees doing this? It's 310 rupees in that shop.
I mean, he's getting 10 in the overworld and then another 5, another 6. I think he's gonna do some more lost woods or whatever.
Yeah, looks like it. And Manu is doing the Hyrule Field overworld checks they have not done yet, so on the west side.
Oh, he's going for Ruto's ladder. That's what it is.
Ah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that's a bit cheaper, and this might be a play to get into Jabu ASAP.
Yeah.
That shoe bag's tempting, but Ruto's letter gives us access, and we have bomb shoes already. Also, we'll get a bottle. Bottle can be pretty
yeah,
clutch if we need to farm Skulltulas.
But it is balanced for items. Because we have gotten heart containers and heart pieces, so...
Yeah. As for the question, is this the most efficient way to grind money? Given how much Alexis needed and where Alexis wanted to go, probably. If Alexis was going for that bean, they probably would have spent more time. Strength on 50's an ominous hint, by the way.
Especially with trials on.
Yeah, but depending where Alexis was going, there's some better options. Like High
Lake
House.
Hylia foolish.
No fishing.
Wow. Lake Hylia is foolish. That's Water Temple Way of the Hero.
Wow. So we can't skip Lake Hylia. We got to go to the Water Temple. We've gotten 2 hints for Water Temple. We'll go Way of the Hero, and then that has a Spirit Temple key in it. Now, it's very possible with these randomized settings that our first strength upgrade's on 50, which is kind of ominous. Unlikely, but ominous.
What's even more frightening as a possibility is that we might still need it anyway for light trial.
Yeah, because we know that a trial might be required in Tower. Monkey
Yeah,
Paw,
we don't
you
even
need
know
Golden Gauntlets for fire.
And we don't know much about our bridge conditions, but I can tell you it is not a skull or a heart bridge because we have chest appearance matches content, and the chest would be those chests would be big if they were part of the bridge condition.
Oh, okay. That's a real good meta logic there. Some deep knowledge. Yeah, if anyone's ever curious about RSL, it's on Mido's house. And that links to also the RSL leaderboards, which have the weightings on them, if you're ever curious to see what all settings are possible. It's a long list, though, so...
Because there are a lot of
definitely...
settings.
There are. Ocarina of Time randomizers, if there's anything you could say about it, it's definitely not short on options.
It really does go very deep.
Pool of Lava goes to a specific grotto, I saw that hint. So that's Goron City. That's the Goron City grotto, right?
We got Fire Temple to Water Medallion. Oh, that's a hook shot! That's in Lost Woods!
Just hanging out. Man, I hope
It
the
might be
cows are
worth
shuffled.
noting. Yeah, it might be worth noting that cow just in case, but that is an easy way of getting a lot of cash.
Yeah, it's free.
You- It's
26 rupees.
26 per dive, which is quite a bit more efficient than what we were doing before.
Is way faster. Alexis is definitely going to leverage this. Talk about faster ways to farm money.
Yeah, he missed that, unfortunately. The water temple is just a wath.
So way of the hero.
Yeah. I could see him, like Alexi, going back for this, for the hook, on his way for Saria's. That's a Fire Temple small key on Bean Guy. Or on Bean Papa. Or Bean Daddy. Depending on whom... There are junk hints if you, like... Junk hints are pretty common if you don't have trials, or if you have all of them on. That you could kind of meta, if you start getting junk hints, that there's probably not that many trials on, or there's a lot of trials on.
Mm-hmm. So Alexis is going to check what's on the freestanding Heart P spawn here, and then probably try and use that chicken to go inside
He doesn't need
Zora's
to,
domain. Oh, he already peeked it.
chicken, because you can just get it with a boomerang.
That's true. Forgot that he came out from Lostwood, so we already looked at it.
And also, he has a boomerang, so you can grab it without the chicken. And that was the compass for...
Spirit Temple has Shadow Medallion.
Yep. Key... Yeah. GTG key for 45 rupees. We take those.
That's either a great deal or not a deal at all.
Well, GTG is quite a bit more loaded when you realize that it's not even guaranteed to have all of its keys in it now.
Right. That can also make it harder to navigate if you can't find the keys.
Yeah,
man. All right. Exactly. So Mana's going to pick up what we believe is Song of Time here, most likely. And we get to see another dungeon. Okay. It looks like vanilla for entrances, that's a very strange coincidence. And yep, there's Song of Time.
Yep, I expected as much. Because the only other thing it would have been... It couldn't have been anything, actually.
Yeah? Just the void of nothing? Whoa. Hold on. Water Temple has 6 major items.
Yeah.
Wow. Huh. I didn't know
always hints will still get 2 copies, which you can do that. You can kind of metagame that if you get both copies of the Big Goron hint or of Big Pose, and you know that they've been set to always.
Yeah. As chat's pointing out, starting with Iron Boots is and Zora Tunic, that was like a strong Water Temple energy, and the seed's definitely delivering on that. And we have Hookshot early and Boat pretty early. What are you waiting for? Hopefully Long Shot. And we do have Song of Time, so we have access to the Darklink loop if we have to go over there.
Yeah. The same thing with Skull's hints. If you have a Skull's Bridge, then if it's higher than 50, then the Skull's hints will just be sometimes hints.
That's good to know. Man, that's a lot of hit meta.
Yeah, it's kind of important to understand your hints. We've never... I think the highest I've ever raced on for Skull's Bridge was like 91. but I know the highest was like 97.
That's pretty brutal.
And the worst part was Temple of Time was completely inaccessible. So they had to keep guessing.
Open your eyes, wake up. Alexis, wake up. We had a junk gossip stone there next to Jabu.
Yep.
All right, so we're going to see some Jabu Jabu here on Alexis' side on the left, while Manu is using Minuet to get out of Spirit because can't go any further without a key. But got a bomb bag upgrade in there, so even more packed.
Yeah. We have confirmation that it is full key sanity.
You know, there's during some of the previous tournaments this year, people are like, "Man, I wish the keys were shuffled." Well, here you go. You got it. You asked for it. Random settings leads delivers everything that everyone wants at least once.
I find the most annoying one to be kind of Triforce Hunt, because then it just kind of turns into a gamble depending on how many pieces are required.
Sure, but for those who like Triforce splits, there will be a tournament for it coming up, so make sure to keep posted for that. It seems to be people either love Triforce splits or they don't.
Let's see what's in here. It's just a heart piece or a heart container. I don't know which, but either
We'll
way,
never
we're
find
leaving
out.
it behind.
Mm-hmm. Alexis is full up on love. They've likely figured out that it's probably not hearts for the bridge, so they're not worried about collecting them. We're finally
It's
at Long
not
Long
for-
Ranch on Manu's side, by the way. That took a while.
Yeah. But it's not so much that you need the tunic for water temple entry, it's for one check in water.
Yeah, which is the central pillar, right?
Yep. Because you can't resurface to breathe. Which is
All right,
primarily the reason.
Super Cuckos gave us a Stone of Agony. There you go.
The poop
Stone
stone.
gamers rise up.
I'm still calling it that since that was what it kind of looked like in Majora's Mask in the combo rando when it first started.
Oh, yeah.
It's obviously since improved, but it'll have a special place in my heart for when it basically just started. Just like
It's
the
the little
Bolero bug.
things. Yo, Sun Song. That's gonna be some good movement, and again, if they need to farm Skulltulas, that makes Skulltula routing in the overworld way more useful. So it makes that 40 and 50 look a little less scary. The other reason why I think Skulltulas might be required is we found Boomerang really early, and that could just be for Jabu, but also Boomerang puts certain skull counts in logic sooner, just like how we found Hookshot early too.
Yeah, well, there's a strength right in Jabu.
Okay, well, it could be our strength
Chances
2 on skulls.
I'm just saying that we're likely going to have to get strength 3.
Manu
Oh
just
my
in the
God.
hint for Jabu strength. That was well timed. Comedy's about timing. That's perfect. Thank you, Manu.
Thank you, game. Beautiful.
I mean, that was all the runners. They didn't have to be there. All right, let's see what's in the back of the tower granary silo. That's a heart container, and Manu's not interested. He's out of here.
And cows are off. Unfortunate.
No move. Oh, because those cows would be turned around.
No, they'd be in different spots. One would be in
Oh,
a different
right.
spot.
Oh, right. That's
So yeah,
to
sadly,
make it
no
easier to play on them, right?
Yeah.
All right. No move.
No moo, sadly.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a key up there. What to wear? Water temple.
Good. We need those water temple keys, apparently.
No motivation. No motivation.
All right, we're about to see Big Octo on the left. And that does tell us that Zora's Sapphire is vanilla. We're going to be getting
Yep.
Zora Sapphire from Baronade. So that's one of our conditions for opening that door, at least.
In the vanilla game. But we don't need stones.
That's true. Yeah,
Unless
Venator's pointing in chat, 2 water keys is enough to save Scum Water Temple. Ideally, you don't want to have to because that's slow, but you can make it work.
Well, you're probably going to be saving anyway for it, regardless.
Mm-hmm. How much
'Cause for all
calamari
we
would you get from a
know-
big octo? A lot. But go
yeah,
on.
we don't have complete mask shop, so if we need to, we will be getting the mask always then.
So chat's asking, can someone explain what the setting for the seed is? This is Random Settings League or RSL. We don't know the settings. The runners don't even know the settings until they start. They're actually still figuring out what those settings are. There are some guardrails put in place, so not all settings are included. So for example, I was talking to Alex before the stream and asked if they're disappointed that inverted Master Quest dungeons are off, which they were because they were in the Master Quest tournament that happened recently. And inverted Master Quest dungeons is all the Master Quest dungeons are vanilla, and anything randomized in would be the normal vanilla dungeons. So not everything is randomized, but the large majority of it is. So like we could have saw Triforce Blitz win condition instead of defeating Ganon. We could have seen, as Alex has been talking about, heart container, numbers requiring bridge, et cetera, et cetera.
So that's our
9
win
spirit
condition
stones?
is just
all
all
dungeons.
dungeons.
So Zora Sapphire is
And it's vanilla. And it's a vanilla key. So
all right, we're doing all dungeons today. So see, we just figured out something about the seed right now during the explanation. And there's Nocturne off of Minuet. So another really strong warp song.
well, we're gonna need it anyway.
Oh yeah, no, we needed to get into Shadow, but getting that Cedar is nice for movement, you know?
Yeah.
Force Temple, let's go. Some other settings that we have found so far is that we know that gold Skulltulas inside dungeons are randomized, so they don't all have Skulltula tokens. It looks like expensive shops were randomized, so Medigoron, Carpet Salesman. So all scrubs are randomized, but affordable.
The Potion Lady.
Potion. Oh, right. Sorry, I forget about Grandma.
Yeah, there's a lot to go around because this is going to be one of the longer kind of seeds. 3 hours minimum around that, because we're also going to be looking for keys across the world. And if we don't get hover boots, we're going to have to find all 5 small keys for forest.
Oh, that's a good point. Hovers can save a lot of time. We're going to have to get hover boots eventually for Shadow, but it might be really late. Like it could be in the back of forest. But going off of runtime, I was going over the matches that take place because this isn't the first match of round 1 of the tournament. We've already had a few matches take place already.
Oh, Kak is Sloth.
Kak is Way the Hero. Okay, good. But right now, the average match length has been about 3 hours. However, our shortest match was a 1 hour and 27 minutes in Nath versus Kratos. But our longest match so far, as mentioned earlier, was Evo Soda versus Cyberu. 6 hours and 14 minutes. So there's a lot of whiplash here in how long these seeds could take. But to Alex's point, yeah, this is probably at least looking like at least 3 hours.
Yeah. Although granted,
so buckle up.
Oh, we got a shortcut somewhat on. Because
Oh
wait, no, never mind.
No?
Right, because he beat the boss and now he's going through. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I just joked on that, but yeah. I doubt it's gonna be that long with the because when you know that it's all dungeons, you typically just dip as much as you can, knowing that you'll have to knowing that either you'll have to come back or if ideally you want to just do it all in one go. Because you got a lot of stuff to do anyway.
Yeah, so they were asking, chat was asking if pot sanity can be turned on in random settings league, which I think it can.
Yeah,
Or at least, yeah.
You can get 3 variants of it where it's like overworld, dungeons, and all. But it's tied to it with freestandings, which also have the same, and crates. So they can't all 3 be on, only one at a time.
Yeah. And then settings are weighted, so some may show up more than others, and it looks like that setting is weighted to be 20% of the time.
Well, I know crates are off because we have seen a couple of crates opened up for money reasons, and they did not. They weren't shuffled.
Hmm. That's a good point. Alexis going for money here on the dive.
Yeah.
I like it.
This can net you a lot of cash, although it is RNG based. Yeah, Overworld freestandings are confirmed off, and so I want to say so are Overworld pots, but we don't really see many of those when people are routing those in.
Oh, yeah. They're kind of out of the way. Some of the time. I'm looking at you, guardhouse.
There's another key here. Fire Temple.
So it looks like Manu is deciding to dip out of here because they haven't found their first strength upgrade yet, so they can't get through the push block room. Dodongo's has 6 major items. That might influence where Manu's going next. Pretty heavily.
I mean, he was going to go there regardless.
Right, because he needs the dungeon reward.
Yeah, you need to do the dungeon anyway, so it makes sense just to do this now. The thing about majors, though, is that keys are included as majors in these settings.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so a lot of these could be the keys.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, always a good reminder from chat. Dodongo's cavern is much better to do as adult than as child because a lot of the difficulty within the dungeon is, are you tall enough to grab this ledge? And adult passes most of, like, all of those checks that child can't.
You could be required to do child DC. I mean, I have been a couple times.
Yeah, it's
Dungeon
not that
ER
bad.
does its special magic. Especially without the slingshot, it's all fun and games.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, we're gonna see Damper Race. Wait. Is Damper Race, is that randomized with the grottos, or is that always in the same spot?
It's randomized.
Okay. No Damper Race yet. Sorry. Oh, we're gonna see Dampy's diary, though. This might be a hint.
This is for Light Arrow's hint.
Oh, it is? Alright.
Yep.
Hyrule Castle.
Oh god. There's 2 entrances.
Wait. Yeah, I was like, wait, what? Hold on.
Yeah. So either
Fairy?
it's the ferry or it's the grotto, because the grotto is shuffled.
Right.
To what we don't know, but we need storms for that. It's another shadow. It feels like it's regional sometimes, but I know it's not.
No. Take the cow stick, yeah! Manu hesitated for a second.
Like, I know it's not regionals, but the shadow ones are just coincidentally in their region.
Well, Shadow has a lot of keys. And there's a lot of checks around
5
Shadow,
keys.
so that's a lot in my book. I mean, it's no GTG, but not everyone can be GTG.
MQ Spirit.
MQ Spirit looming in the corner.
7 keys. One of the... Maybe we'll get RSL plus MQ.
I don't know. Maybe next time we get RSL plus MQ, and then when someone gets the pot sanity seed, and it's just like water temple has 20 major items.
Water temple has 123 major items.
Yeah, because the joke there is, doesn't water temple MQ have like an absurd number of checks with pot sanity on?
With pots, crates, and freestandings.
Yeah.
It comes 123 checks, which is why I said that.
Damn.
Because I just said literally every single check is a major item.
I had to make sure. You know, some people just guess. Because it's like 1, 2, 3. I'm like, that's too convenient. But I guess water temple's just built that way. All right, we're about to see what's on Windmill here. So let's see what's on Storms, and also check what's lurking.
Oh, it's
a compass. Cool. Oh, gonna grab it? All right.
Yeah, I mean, it gets you song info.
That's true.
Oof. Well, dungeon reward info, but song info is basically what it is as well.
Yeah.
I usually don't pick them up if they're out of the way. Oh, it's one of the ones that it's a dud.
Oh no. Okay, cool.
Oh, that's really
Prelude.
convenient.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna need to go back as child at some point. Oh my god,
Alexis...
325 for a rupee.
Alexis almost bought the wallet. They're like, I have enough. Wait, no. I don't want to farm more rupees.
No. It's 325. I just checked the price again.
Oh.
And that's the royal wallet, so it has no logical significance.
Being filthy rich has no logical significance, but people do it anyways. So why not now? Well key, let's go.
It's the one well key we actually need.
Yeah, to get to the
because we did get that hint before that they're basically dead.
Right. Okay, Grandma's selling a gold Skulltula token, so I don't think anyone's going to pay 100 rupees for that today.
I'm checking Kakariko Frozen shop, but like from the back.
The Froyo shop. Oh, double defense.
Watch it be over 200.
No. Are you going to pay 420 rupees for double D?
You know, that's hard to say.
It's a funny number.
Oh, that's a long shot. Okay. Oh my god.
Cool. All right, we just need to make some money. And then, basically, I think the routing here now is get enough money for long shot, and then to go do Water Temple once you have a long shot. So you just knock it all at one go. How much was that? I think it was 245 rupees.
Yeah.
For the long shot? Yeah. See, Virgil's got my back.
Well, I mean, we aren't too far away from a particular forest that has a particular enemy that drops a particular amount of money.
Are you telling us to visit the orphanage? The Forest Temple.
No, we gotta
orphanage?
save Termina. We gotta
save Termina. That's right. We're trying to prevent the events of Majora's Mask from ever happening. That's right.
Unfortunately, that would be about 6 to 7 years too late.
Hmm. DMT Crowd Grotto. Oh, true. Let's go. Dodongo's Cavern's finally here. So this has 6 major items, but to your point earlier, Alex, a lot of those, or all of them, could just be keys. But we do need keys.
Yeah.
So still not bad. Frogs in the river have Skulltula and a piece of heart.
Oh, and that was also pretty big because that just told me that frogs aren't shuffled. Like, the rewards from them, they're just vanilla.
Oh, okay. So we're going back here to check the scrub merchant.
Or at least that was with last season. I don't know if that's changed this season.
Ooh, nice safe scum.
Okay, yeah.
We're setting up to
Just
whoop
wanted
back.
to make sure. So I know that was the case last season. There's number 1, a useless well key, because we already got info that the other two tokens in the center room are dead. So unfortunately, not helping out much. But that is a-okay. We got a lot of different checks to go through.
Mm-hmm. Now, neither runner's set up for Scarecrow Song, or is Scarecrow Song always free in these settings?
No, it has a chance of being on, but it can be off too. What
is that?
It's off.
It's off. That looked like something that Manu wanted. I couldn't quite tell.
Bomb shoes, so it'd be the bomb shoe bag.
That would have been nice. Oh, big quiver,
Oh my
another
gosh.
bow. Wow, okay, already found 3 of our 6 major items. Wow, with Lake Hylia being foolish.
For tokens here, which is pretty smart.
Oh man, so Lake Hylia is foolish, so you're not really gonna ever go down there as child. But we don't have free Scarecrow Song. And Skulltulas are randomized, meaning there's 3 checks on Fire Pier.
I know Alexis was in Lake for a bit. Actually, both of them were, but did they ever actually get it? Okay, so I see another key. Because that just complicated the 3-key forest a little bit.
Right.
Yeah, that is 4 majors.
Yeah, it might be worth it to go out of your way to get that Scarecrow Song. It's just not going to feel good with a foolish Hylia.
Well, it's not too bad because you'll have to be going into Water Temple at some point.
Yeah. I just don't remember if they set up as child.
Oh, that's number 5.
Wow, knocking these majors out fast. Oh, cool.
Bomb shoe bag. Another one.
Okay, well, couldn't get the first one, got the second one. Gonna grab some rubies on the way up.
Oh, we can actually keep this token, like, which is nice. Okay, that's not a major.
What was it? I couldn't even tell.
It was a nut.
Oh, okay. For a second, I thought it was a bug bottle. Because of the band of light.
No, because it would be a nut, like, it would be a major item, and I said it was not.
Hmm. Alright, so Alexi's doing child side, which we saw earlier. We know they're going to have to leave after getting these checks, as there's no Spirit Temple key down there for them to progress. But they will get a bomb bag upgrade at the least.
There's the last major item right there. So, if you've been keeping count, and...
Well, nope, still wants to go check in anyways. So chat's asking, could that nut been the nut capacity upgrade? But I believe the capacity upgrades for nuts and sticks smoke now to make them more visible.
They got like a special model. But yeah, you could still... It's probably not a bad idea to still get these, because they can have tokens, because they're not considered major items in these settings. If Bridge was a Skull Bridge, they would be considered major items. Just like how heart pieces would be considered major items if it was a heart bridge, for example.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and that's our 1 hour mark as we see Manu working back to the back of Dodongo's cavern, and Alexis is now leaving Spirit, opting out with Minuet. But yeah, thanks for being here with us, everybody. This is the Random Settings League 7th season, RSL number 7. we were watching Alexis and Manu do their round 1 of Swiss of this tournament. Commentating to me with is Alexander and Harold, aka Alex. Thank you very much for being here. Tracking for us, we have triple tracker duty going on right now between Carliana, Ali Whoops, and Fennel. Thank you very much for helping with all of the information, because RSL obviously throws a lot at us. And thank you very much for Chloe for restreaming with us today. Everyone thank Chloe. This is their first time doing an Ocarina of Time randomizer restreams, and we appreciate them coming and helping us out over here so we can see some very cool RSL action.
Yeah, because we are all also at the tail end of the mystery settings tournament, which is a similar tournament to RSL, where it also has mixed settings and random settings.
Yeah, and that's for Majora's Mask, right?
Yep. And I know Wind Waker also had one quite a while back for their RSL. I do hope I can try out for Season 2 if that happens for that.
Mm-hmm.
But if there was a Twilight Princess random settings league, I'd 100% play that.
Yeah, you're a fan of randomized or mystery settings?
Fun. It's part of solving the puzzle. Sometimes you just get really unlucky.
Mm-hmm. So then, if you've been doing participating in the mystery settings league for Majora's Mask, then has Chloe done a restream for you before, Alex?
I believe so, but I was a bit busy. And I also was
Are you saying mystery's hard?
No, I just haven't been practicing much with Majora's Mask.
Okay, so she didn't do a lot of mystery this season. That's okay. It was a good time to ask, because we're just watching my boy Dodongo get dunked on. Poor guy, he never has a shot.
And Alexi is going to be getting that hook shot, so he'll be able to do Forest Temple as well. Actually, he'll be able to do it first try. Although, actually not first try, because he needs keys. And there was only one extra key in Forest Temple, and we don't have hover boots.
Yeah, based on the trackers, it looks like our runners are pretty short on Forest Temple keys.
Oh, sick. So we did get a game 3.
Let's go. Let's hype.
Yeah.
That's okay. She's allowed to post ads for other Zelda speedrun content.
But yeah, it's gonna be crazy because this is only the first round of Swiss for RSL. We're gonna have quite a few more.
Oh yeah, because like you pointed earlier, you had a lot of signups this year for RSL.
Yeah, RSL Lite did make it easier for make it more accessible for players.
Yeah, because obviously this is a lot of information to track. So starting out a little bit easier definitely helps out.
Well, the big thing for sure was the unfortunate removal of Master Quest from mixing it in.
Oh yeah, Master Quest scares people off, and rightly so. Why would you have so many cows in a well, dude? I don't know.
That's what makes it the best dungeon.
Dude, casually, the room with the invisible keys and the web blocking the Skulltula is the most asinine room. Hate that.
Oh,
that room made me so mad, and then I'm like, how are you supposed to do this? I'm like, you need lens.
Okay, so yeah, it was a small fairy fountain.
Okay.
Yeah, RSL could be really overwhelming, to be absolutely fair. I do not blame you.
Yeah. But we've seen a lot of more participation in other tournaments recently. A lot more people getting involved, so I think that's getting them more comfortable with Zelda Randomizer in general. And they're looking to try other things and challenge themselves, which is why we likely see more RSL signups than previously. And of course, RSL Lite, like you mentioned.
Yeah, because if you've played older seasons, I can tell you that it is a lot more on the harder side for things. There's that Dins for Alexi.
We found all our bomb bags now, too, after getting a bomb bag off Goron Link. And it looks like they're moving... Alexis is moving down to...
Setting up
Lake
Scarecrow,
Hylia, so
maybe?
he might set up Scarecrow's song here if he hasn't already.
Yeah, I think this is what it is. As well as, like, burning time of day. A little bit.
Oh, that's a good question. Did we see adult spawn? I don't think we did. I don't think Manu's
No, we've
saved
not
it yet.
seen it. But yeah, there are a lot of different types of hints. That if you check your... It's basically checking your knowledge of the randomizer. But because of that, we know that Nocturne and Ocarina of Time are not always hints.
Yeah. So Manu's getting money here off Skull Kid, just a small loan of 100 rupees. And Alexis did set up Scarecrow's song, and it looks like they're starting to backwalk over to Owl, picking up a gold skull on the way. Still thinking of that token count.
It's probably best to focus on 50, because it is pretty much almost in logic, if not already in logic. I would say it would be, but the thing is we don't know where all our tokens are.
Yeah, these overworlds are the only ones guaranteed to give you tokens when you defeat them, since we don't know where the heck all the dungeon ones went to. So getting them as you come across them is definitely a strong play. Alexis could, could have run out to the one on the Shoot the Sun platform, the fire platform, but they're like, I'm not going to stretch that far for it. Instead, he's going to take this owl now. Yeah. So he's going to head back to Hyrule Castle. This might be a play to finally go adult, as Alexis has not gone adult yet.
Yeah. And he's also got the fish, so he can sell it to the guy who buys it.
Oh, yeah.
He'll give 100 rupees.
It's like he's never seen a fish.
Even after the 40th time.
He's just really impressed by your fishing skills. He's like, you caught this in a bottle? Have some money. And yeah, Manu filled up their wallet all the way to 500 to go in there and purchase.
And he's also setting up mask quest, because we've not seen the always hint for it.
Ooh, good point. There could be something on Truth, right?
Yeah. In fact, one thing that was really cool about this season's mixed pools, which the Swiss rounds are almost done for that as well, is that Mask of Truth can have something.
Yeah,
it hasn't really happened yet because of how low those odds actually are. But it has gotten close a couple of times. I had a Mask of Truth being a wallet. But it wasn't a required wallet. It was like the Royal Tycoon wallet. But yeah, Alexi is now an adult.
In Random Settings League, the number of potential checks you have is huge compared to a lot of the normal tournament rule sets. So the odds of something being on one thing, like Mask of Truth, is pretty low, but it happens.
Yep. Also, we got Serenade off of Valero, so that is easy lake access, so it is now not that much of a problem to get the Scarecrow song if needed.
Yeah. That's especially the case because Manu hasn't gone back and done Jabu yet. So we will see Manu returning to child at some point to do that. And so during that child visit, forest trial is dispelled by Sheik, or was.
Oh,
So they don't have to do forest trial.
that means there's at least 5 trials on. So yeah, 4 or 5 trials. Because if you get the dispelled hint, that means that that's how many. Because if you get like 3 trials, then it would be like this trial is on. Like 1 to 3 trials is like this trial is on. If you get the all-powerful barrier, well, I think that's obvious at that point.
It's
But
an
if you
all-powerful
get
barrier.
yeah, all-powerful, all trials on. But if you get yeah, this trial is off, then it's either 4 or 5 required.
Right.
So
that's really important information to have. So we see Alexis going back to Forest. This is her second visit to Forest. Wait.
no, he
No.
didn't go to Forest. He just went
No.
adult.
I was thinking of Manu. He just went adult. This is his first visit to Forest. He already has strength, though, so he can work through the push block. What I was most distracted by was his shield colors. It's looking like a black light party on that mirror shield.
Oh no, Manu died because of heat.
Lava hurts. We don't have a Goron tunic yet, so you can't really cheese it easily.
Well, you have Song of Time, so
That's
it
true.
is in logic. And there's something
Alexis-
here. A slingshot.
Slingshot off the arrow target. Let's go.
And he is just setting this up for later.
Yep.
Because this is not a bad plan here.
Now set it up, and then
we'll
you
be
can do
getting
jump
the
slash.
recoil.
Yeah, Alexis definitely knows how to do this one.
Oh,
Bam.
wait.
Makes it easy.
I just see that.
Mask of
Hover
Truth is
boots are on
hover
Skull
boots.
Mask. Skull
Okay,
Mask has
that's not
hover
bad.
boots. Oh my god. We got the
That's
always hint. Oh, that's great. The only thing we're missing for Shadow, other than keys, is magic.
Mm-hmm. Now, in these settings, is lens logically required for Shadow, or is lens only like treasure chest minigame?
Treasure chest game and desert crossing.
All right.
And even then, desert crossing isn't guaranteed either. Because you could just
good
get
point.
Requiem like we did earlier.
Yeah, with a foolish desert and already having Requiem, we're not gonna hear the sand wind blow. We're never going there. Manu looking for more rupees though.
We
Gonna
might-
take another small loan. Oh,
Oh god!
gotta be careful. Those Skull Kids know how to play. All right.
I think
You gotta
we
be
have
careful.
like. I don't think anyone's ever actually mentioned how much damage we've been taking.
A
But
lot.
it seems, yeah, a lot.
We need a death tracker.
We did get 2 we did get 2 junk hints, so chances are, or it might be 4.
Oh, for the number of trials.
Yeah.
I think it's normal damage. I just think our runners aren't picking up heart container pieces when they see them anymore, so they're just not filling up their hearts that often. All right, so Mon is working out towards Zora's River. And Alexis will continue through, finding a key in Forest, but what kind of key is it? Oh, it's a Forest key in Forest. That's convenient.
Yeah. Yeah, I was on map chests.
Yeah.
We saw that from Manu as well.
Oh, right. Their first visit. So they have not done River yet, so they're going to get some good information here. Seeing hearts are for the weak. As somebody who goes out of their way to pick up fairies in a bottle for safety, I take offense to that. You never
only
know when the
pick 'em up
Stalfos is
when-
going to punk on you. But what?
I only pick them up like when I'm really low health,
Oh,
or if I'm
I
gonna have to
like.
fight Volv without a tunic. Because I've had,
Oh yeah.
or back when RSL was like Oko, had Oko as a option. Fun times. Totally not making me just tear my hair out.
I pick up fairies if I have extra bottles. Just the probability of me messing up Volvagia is still pretty high. So sometimes I just need a little extra time.
He is good for troll holing, that's for sure.
Yeah, and
Or
also
she.
he like tests. She also tests how I like my ability to count, which is apparently really bad. Count my bombs.
Yeah, RSL used to have Oko as an option. Rolled. Those were truly special. Although, if you want to recreate it, you could have just like minimal 4 times damage, and most things will kill you in 1 hit, 1 or 2 hits.
So we got a good question from a restreamer, Chloe. She's asking, how often did the runners DNF in like 1-hit KO? I'm guessing often. Especially, I think in any RSL settings.
During those rated asyncs, I usually tended to be at the higher end of it because people quit.
Yeah. I think in general, like what I replied with in chat was often in RSL. I think based because on the matches so far, random setting leagues definitely has a tendency to put runners at more disparate locations depending on personal strategies and how quickly you're able to figure out what the settings are and what you need to do. So I think RSL you see more DNFs more frequently than other tournaments, but then with 1-hit KO on, people just get tilted, and then it impacts their play, and they're like, you know what, screw it. And that's reasonable. I'm gonna be real though, Alex. When you first said Oko, my brain immediately went to, that's a weird way to pronounce Uku.
But yeah, you know what's a horrible time is Oko with Castle Collapse on.
Mm-hmm.
Fun times.
So we found Lullaby finally. It was just hiding right there in plain sight on Prelude check. So at least Lullaby is very accessible. But Manu went back to Child and is going to grab the Skulltula back here on the platform. And then I'm assuming they're doing this to set up Scarecrow because they're the ones who were in DC earlier. Saw, oh, no free Scarecrow. Oh, just missing the time of day. But we have Sunsong. It's okay. Shrunk away right when the boomerang left the hand. Get the big fairy.
Oh, you know what's funny is that Alexis is like 1 rupee short right now. Nope, never mind. He's no longer 1 short to... Because that long shot's 240.
Oh, Manu's actually swimming straight for Domain. This is to swim into Domain. No, set up Scarecrow. Or maybe they already did and I forgot. Alright, well, hopefully Fire Pierre doesn't pull a cursed. But what?
With long shots, Fire Pierre is not a problem if you know Pixel Shot.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
I know Alexi knows. I know Alexi knows it.
Yeah, these runners are very skilled. I'm sure both of them can pull off Pixel Shot. Pickle Shot. I'm gonna jar that one for. I'm gonna jar that joke for later. I can't, so I would get Scarecrow Song. I'd be like, I'm not messing with that, man.
I just set up, and it's a lot easier than trying to go for a blind.
But
that is a very expensive fire key.
All right, so Alexis is first to long shot, already having the money while they're there at their CAC visit. So they're full up. So we're gonna see what they're gonna do now. Oh, they're gonna sell a fish. Very cool. I love the fish strats going on. Not something you see very often.
Yeah, blue it's fire. No longer... If you sell it, it's 200 rupees.
How many fishes Alexis sold at the race? Yeah, we should have a fish counter. It's no longer emotional support, it's financial support fish. The fish stimulus package.
We're getting taxed on fish credit.
Oh no. I hope the interest rate is low on my fish. Speaking of fish, Mono got the fish to feed Jabu. Not selling this one. And then Alexis is finally doing DC.
We still don't know if Bosky, like for Boskies yet.
Oh, yeah. If they're randomized within the dungeon or not.
Or if they're vanilla.
Yeah. Well, we'll eventually find out. Our runners are primed to go, well... No, they still need a key for Forest, huh?
Yeah, they need a key and hover boots.
Our
Which we
runners
know
might
where
be able
they
to finish
are,
water. Yeah.
Yeah, they should be able to with all the keys. It depends on where...
Boss key, right?
Yeah, if we have boss key requirement or not.
Yeah, so that's... On paper, that looks like the easiest adult dungeon go finish. Adult spawn time? Oh, yeah. Well, nope, they died in DC, so still not adult spawn time.
I don't think it's shuffled, though.
No.
Your chances are good that if it's a vanilla child spawn, then adult spawn isn't shuffled either.
No, adult spawn is not DC. That was a death to get back to the front, I think.
No, it was a save warp.
Oh, I looked away. I was too busy looking at Jabu.
Well, good luck trying to fit Jabu into a bottle. I'm sure he'd pay quite a pretty penny for it.
I mean, if you could fit the Deku Princess into a bottle of Majora's Masks, then you could probably fit Jabu in a bottle of Augury of Time.
Jabu's quite a bit bigger than the princess.
So, I have to ask, since we're on the topic now, why is Link in Majora's Mask so much wealthier than in Augury of Time? That dude can hold so many more bottles. He's like bottle rich in Majora's Mask. That's kind of OP.
It's not so much that he's richer with bottles, it's just that there's more bottles in the world. In Termina. Why?
Termina has a great economy.
Termina has a better economy that isn't crashing.
I guess in Augury of Time is post-Civil War, so the economy's still in recovery. So they're short on bottles. Yeah, Majora's Mask does have beavers, but they're kind of jerks, and I think everyone hates them, so I think that's an L, right? Okay. Chloe likes beaver. She's a beaver fan. I just know people usually hate that minigame.
It's fun to watch runners suffer. What are you talking about?
I don't know. I'm not much of a sadist when it comes to watching randomizers. It's fun to watch complications, but also like I don't like to see runners tilt at the same time. It's a balance. Struggle makes for good stories for both the runners and the viewers, but too much and you're just like, damn, this game sucks.
But yeah, Alexis has been at it with tokens at 19 so far.
I like it. I like the play. We still haven't seen what's on 20, right? Or what? We haven't seen a 20 hit.
We're probably not going to be seeing a 20 hint because it's a sometimes.
Yeah. Manu's staying pretty close in token count, though. It looks like their tracker says they're at 17. So not too far behind. Both runners keeping those.
We have seen 30 and 40. 30 is dead, 40 is a Kokiri sword, and 50 is, well, that strength.
Yeah. So they're playing mostly with the strength in mind at this point.
chances are we're gonna need it because it's
Trials.
trials, and we have at least 4 trials on.
Yeah, odds are high you gotta do fire and light. Or at least one of those. Alright, so Alexis is gonna go use the bomb choose to blow up the Skulltula, and then long shot here in Dodongo to grab the chew bag. And then Manu getting their first strength upgrade there in Jabu. Maybe not.
Nice. Missed the slash last time, but got it this time. Yeah, silver rupees are also
Yeah, they're vanilla.
vanilla.
That's a good setting that we haven't mentioned either, is that silver rupees can be randomized in their locations in Ocarina of Time. So that could be a potential setting for RSL, or is that off?
It's it can be on, or
Okay.
the even scarier part is that you could get it so you have them removed, so the puzzle's already solved, but you have
That's a
stuff
good one.
on them.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'd rather have that than randomized. It's not necessarily finding them that sucks, it's remembering which ones you have.
And but yeah, you randomize them, but like all the rupees are in a singular bag.
Oh, okay, yeah. That one's less bad, but still a headache, especially for, like, GTG. But yeah, as Fennel pointed out in chat, we saw all the silver rupees in their normal place in Child Side Spirits, so we know they're vanilla. Nothing intimidating there for this seed, but maybe another one.
Yeah.
Alright, so we got King Dodongo here on Alexis' side, which they'll be rewarded with Force Medallion from this, which will allow them to pick up Lullaby next time they go to Temple of Time. And then Manu working through basement, about to get big octoed.
Yep.
A boss and a mini boss at the same time.
2 mini bosses. I don't see a boss.
King
See?
Dodongo's a boss.
Dead.
You show some respect. He's the biggest lizard in there.
He's also the deadest lizard in there.
No, well, if people didn't run by all the other ones, they'd also be dead. But yeah, usually you just ignore them. Because unlike Majora's Mask, they don't drop fat stacks of cash.
But he is, in fact, the deadest lizard in there.
Now,
Doesn't matter if you're big if all you can do is eat bombs and breathe fire.
This is so much hatred for my boy, Dodongo. He's a king, you know. So he's royalty.
King of being dead.
Rude.
But true. I mean, come on. His only saving grace is that he doesn't have a 1 cycle. He's the only boss that doesn't have a 1 cycle.
Yeah, so he's the toughest. Based on that, he's the hardest boss. Alright, so Alexis getting another token off Roof Guy there, and going to go do adult archery, so we're going to see some more Kakariko adult cleanup here on Alexis' side, where Amadu goes down to Baronade's room.
Yeah, I guess you have a point if it's Bonko is on. Although that's off this season.
I think Core in chat's blowing my mind, saying the first 3 bosses of Ocarina of Time are a queen, a king, and a baron, and I never thought of Baronade as a baron. Yeah, you know.
But we have no Duke. We have no Duke.
I believe it. We have no Duke. Well, the Duke was the Xbox controller, but that's a different console a few years later. All right, so it looks
now
like
know what 20 is. It's dead.
20 is not good, but 10 is a thieves' hideout key, and that's the first one they found. That could be useful, even though thieves' hideout is dead.
Yeah.
Foolish. And they're playing Minuet in there. It looks like they're going to go back through Sacred Forest Meadow. Might be a Lost Woods cleanup here for
Oh.
Alexis.
I think this is also to get Bolero.
Oh, good
And
point.
to get Skull Kid, I mean, you
Money.
gotta collect your debts on him,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe he'll get the Skull Mask hint because that's actually really handy.
Yeah.
The one in Goron City.
Skull Mask is definitely something that's easy to leave alone for a long time, just because it's difficult to route in. So that hit can be very huge. But at the same moment here, Manu just having a very clean Baronade kill on the right side there. We'll be finishing up Jabu.
Well, we'll be saving Termina once again. Termina seems to have a big infestation of Skull Kids, apparently.
Every time you defeat a Skull Kid, it splits the timeline again.
Exactly. Very true. So there are a lot of personalized copies of Majora's Mask. That explains why the bomber's code is different every time.
Oh, that also explains why my cartridge doesn't talk to me like others say theirs do.
I think you might need an exorcist on that one.
Oh, I thought I just needed a new expansion pack. Alright, so Manu does have Lullaby.
See that.
Wait, the bomber's code was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the race?
Yeah. And I recently had recently had one where it's like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That's great. The odds. The odds of that.
But taking this opportunity to buy the Fire Small Key, because there is a chance that you might have to do full clear fire.
Oh, absolutely. There's a lot of checks in fire. Not to mention all the Skulltulas are added in now. And then Manu headed down to Lake. I guess they want to go back to Castle from here? Yep.
It would be nice to get a hammer soon.
Oh, I'm sure everyone would love to get a hammer.
Of course, hammer time.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Manu's starting to work towards
unfortunate.
Skull Mask here. Picking up the Keaton Mask.
One thing I would love to see too is a tournament for the combo rando, like pre-completed blitz.
How many people would you say actually would be interested in a combo rando tournament if you have a pulse on the community?
I know at least a couple. It was like at least 5 or 6 people. But
okay.
I can't say for certain how many people would actually show up because you might get people who are interested who play combo rando already, and might get some who play just one of the 2 randomizers and might pick it up out of interest.
Yeah, because I know part of the challenge there is minus playing 2 separate games. Those seeds usually take a while, right?
Yeah, depend. Like, I know I've raced with Brot and Zavi in the past for combo rando. And that's light arrows on HC Ferry.
Yeah, so that resolves our Hyrule Castle hit. Alright, so not a scary location for light arrows at all.
Water trials off, so those are our 2 trials.
So someone turned the water off in Ganon's.
So strength 3 will be required.
Yeah, so playing towards that 50 has been a benefit for these 2 runners, for sure. They're going to need it.
Well, I mean, it was pretty much already the case once you got that force trial was off hint, because one of those 2 was going to be required regardless.
Mm-hmm. All right, so Alexis trying to peek the back of Goron Maze there on the left. We know that there is a key and a Skulltula token back there on the right side. I think it might be junk on the left side because I don't believe Manu jumped the rock to go over there. I don't think Alexis saw the key, so they're opting not to go back there. I believe there's a water key also, which they have two of already on the tracker.
I believe so. A little minor optimization on Alexis' side, where he basically canceled the pulling animation, but just enough so that he can actually, pull. I think this is going to be a fire dip, maybe? Nope.
Well, he did take a dip in lava.
Wait, hold on. I think it's just double damage.
Oh, because of the number of hearts he lost jumping into fire?
Yeah, because he had, like, what? I think it was 3.5 hearts.
Yeah, double damage would make sense considering they have been losing heart pieces or hearts faster than
Yeah, because if it was just normal damage, then you wouldn't have to worry as much about hearts, even at low hearts.
Yeah, so you just took a full heart of damage from that bomb explosion.
Yeah, and it's a rare one without breaks.
Oh, did the runners not set up a break?
Yeah.
So for context, in an RSL rules set, if runners agree to it, they can take breaks every 2 hours. But some runners just opt to just keep going.
Well, it's not just every 2 hours. It's something you can set in the race room.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I generally don't care if I have a break or not, so... Because I'm used to doing long game sessions, so...
Well, considering you like mystery and randomized settings, and then also Ocarina of Time randomizer, Majora's Mask randomizer, I'd assume you're a veteran of I have to sit and play for a long time.
I also play TP as well, so...
Oh, yeah, TP's randos can be pretty long, huh?
Not the standard races or Drehen settings, no. Because usually those are like 2 hours to like 2 hours 30 on the long side.
Yeah, it seems like people in the randomizer community, at least in Ocarina of Time, they enjoy seeds on average that take about 2.5 hours. So I think if your rule settings get close to that, people are usually pretty happy with that. Alexis grab a key from Crater on the freestanding, and then immolated. And it's going to head out the top of DMC. Still hasn't picked up Lullaby, doesn't know it's on Prelude, so we can't check Fairy while we're up here, but we'll grab a hint for something in Forest Nipple.
But yeah, 5 every 2 is the most common.
Oh, that'll give us all the breakdowns. Oh, well, Alexis grabbed a fairy there. See? Fairy in a bottle capture isn't that bad, guys, if Alexis doing it. Okay, everyone? Don't shame me. I'm not gonna do Night Cack here, as Chada looks like. Or setting up time of day for DMD. Yes.
Is it fair that when Link does it, it's okay, but when Bowser does it, it's morally wrong? Shoving fairies into bottles.
No comment. I feel like I feel like I'm implicated no matter which way I respond. Also, getting sniped by the scrub merchant, that fairy's already paying off. Yeah, it does.
At least we don't have hero mode on, because that used to be a thing in older seasons, far older seasons.
Is hero mode triple damage?
No, Hero mode is no heart container, heart
Oh,
pickups.
right. I'm thinking of
Like
TP.
from you could still get heart to pieces and heart containers, but you won't get like, you know, heart drops from enemies or from random shrubbery or built rocks.
Yeah, so filling up's more difficult. Lexi's setting up to grab the Skulltula token through the rock. There you go, up to over 20.
Quadrat damage is possible. I've seen it once, but like, yeah, it doesn't happen all that much, thankfully. Because quad damage, especially with like minimal, is brutal.
Yeah, doesn't that just basically make Higher Knuckles almost one-shot you?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the seed settings where it's like, you know, I will go back and buy double defense.
Or I'll actually use Nehru's Love.
Yeah, the rare Near's Love W. If you can find magic, though. We're almost 2 hours in, and we have not found a single magic upgrade yet. We have 2 of them floating out there. Yeah, and this seed, double defense, is very expensive, so we likely won't see our runners pick that up at all. But if you're ever in a quad damage seed, might be worth it. Just go take a loan out from Skull Kids. They're rich. Alright, looks like there's nothing on the first score on there outside Volvagia's door. We do have 3 fire keys, though, so we can keep going over here on Alexi's side, who's doing Fire Temple without Tunic, but has a lot of hearts, so a generous timer.
And you can also grab a fairy, too, for that.
Yeah, it looks like
don't lose all your...
in the boss room, but yep.
Don't lose your fairies in a hot room, because the timer does not reset if you die.
Oh, right. So Manu's finally getting around to doing Child Goron City, getting a Water Temple key. They're up to 4 now.
Going for Song of
And
Time
Alexis...
skip?
Yep. We have it, but that's slow. We want to go fast.
Yeah, it does reset if you die from heat, but if you die from damage, then it does not reset. Although if you go in with like the last 8th or 16th of your hearts, then you don't get the heat timer. That is a
back there.
rupee.
Yeah.
Probably want to grab that and kill the like 2. That drops money.
Yeah, good money grab here. Oh, well, drop 5 blues, or 3 blues, so well, that's fine. Water's gonna leave. All right, so Manu's back to adult now, and immediately playing Minuet.
Getting into forest makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Manu already had a visit to forest, but now has a key, so they can go a little bit further this time. And strength. They didn't have strength the first time they were there.
I'm surprised you didn't grab hovers.
I know, especially since they had the hint for it, but I guess they feel they should be able to get through forest without it. We'll see.
I did not get a good look at the boss door either.
Yeah. So the boss door would tell us give us a hint at what the boss key settings are. I honestly did not see it for Volvagia. The question is, when does Alexis get light arrows? When Alexis gets a lullaby and then starts checking fairy fountains, probably. Because Alexis should have the hint for Hyrule Castle, so Alexis has an idea where it could be.
It's just more important things to focus on right now, because lights don't really lock much outside of trials. And we know that it's Ganon's boss key in the tower, so again, not really doing much right now. It's something you get when you're going back as child. You don't need to get it as adult right away.
The only thing you're really missing out on is, like, maybe turning some enemies into rupees. Because it does actually have that behavior that if it can one-shot an enemy, then it will convert them to, like, purple rupees.
Yeah, it's just less widely applicable than, say, like in Majora's Mask. Alright, so we're seeing Alexis get bouldered in Fire Temple while Manu is pushing blocks. Two very exciting rooms of both temples. But important ones, as they both have a good number of checks in them themselves. As we're seeing Alexis check this gold Skulltula behind the bottom of the wall. He's gonna go see what this Goron's up to over here in the jail cell.
Yeah, well, it looks like
Nothing.
we will have to come back later for whatever is Wath and Fire, because we needed more keys.
Mm-hmm.
No, there's an easy one right here.
Yeah, good time of day management by Alexis, and remembering that's night to come over here to grab this Sculptula really quickly. Looks like they're going to go into water.
Yeah. This isn't, like, the worst time to do it. Definitely sucks
No,
knowing that what we know where Zelda's lullaby is, but
Yeah,
it's...
they could be going in with Lullaby, but they do have warp songs.
Yeah. It's got 4 small keys, so you can just do all of the key lock stuff in one go. I was probably going to get a better look at the boss key now.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Oh, it's Keezy.
Does this dope in? All right. So Alexis is going to go in and beat the temple straight up. And then can check, shoot the sun afterwards. And if they want to go back in, they can. Or they might wait
Shoot the Sun's
for...
foolish, though.
Oh, did we get that hint? Oh, right, Hylia.
Yeah, Lake Hylia's foolish.
All right, well, then they're just coming in and they're going to grab whatever the dungeon reward is here, which looks like Kokiri Emerald, based on the trackers.
Oh, and that's another
Bugs.
bottle. That'll be useful. It's
That'll
not
be.
Loth, but it is handy.
That would be one of our 6 major items in water, right?
Yep. 100%.
Cool. They're doing it anyways, let's go! Because it might be Skulltula. But it looks like it's just a nut. And then Manu actually paid 100 for the Skulltula. And Alexis is going to go back in. Yep. All right.
Yeah,
Bugs
we'll
are
be
important
getting-
for entomologists and getting Skulltulas. That's about it. So Manu getting their long shot after an hour 49 and immediately plays Serenade. So this is another water play here. Now they have Lullaby, so they can easily get through all of water here. So I think Alexis is going for a full clear of water, given that they're going to go do the Dark Link Temple first, or Dark Link Loop first. I've seen the strategy sometimes where runners where if they plan to do all of water, they start with the Dark Link side first because it's time consuming. If runners are going to be dipping out of water partway, then they usually will either they won't start with this side. And yeah, given water still has 5 more major items in it out of the whole 6 that we've gotten hinted, clearing the full thing is a good plan.
Yeah. But yeah, that will give us at least because we did check the Skulltula on the way here, and it's not it.
Mm-hmm. Fill up on those bomb shoes.
Oh
I
my
love when
god,
bomb
Darkwing is
shoes
being a
drop.
troll right now. Oh god.
Yeah, he's hung in the tree. Alright, Manu's gonna lower the water to the bottom.
And Alexi's gonna have to focus on... Well, he had to do the side swipe strats.
I like it. They got through it pretty quick.
Well, that's
Despite
also
Darkling
not
trolling. Nope. Time to get rid of the block. And then Manu's gonna make some clam chowder for us here. As Alexis makes their way down the river. And there's gonna be a Skulltula part way down, so they're gonna throw on those irons, and we're gonna check that one out.
There's a token down there, that's nice. There's a key, that's major item number 2 for Thieves' Hideout.
Alright.
But yeah, we are getting double water because it is Wath.
Yeah, our runners are going to want to find what that way of the hero item is. And so far, we know that it's not on the boss. Ganon's castle key.
Castle's small key. That's required. There's another
Mhm.
one. That's 4. 4 out of 6.
Yeah. So as we learned earlier, we know they're going to have to do light trial, so we need that key. Another key. Fill up my key ring. Let's go. Spirit Temple 2. That's good. Alright, Mario gonna try and do the skip over here. On the right side. Don't get hit by the rock.
Oh, he's gonna get hit by a rock, sadly.
This is definitely one of those tricks where hover boost just makes it way easier.
Yeah, you need to do it from when you're starting the room. I know, because I practiced that one, like, before I entered Scrubs.
Hmm. Oh, so we see Alexis doing it right now on the left side.
He's not doing the setup.
Oh,
He's
no,
doing
yeah.
a different variant. Because there's
Oh,
one
got
where
it.
you use rolls and such.
Oh, right. Well, he was still able to pull it off with his setup.
Oh, that is another
And another
spirit
spirit
small.
And he's gonna go back and check the, it's normally the boss key room, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Alright, nothing special in there. So Manu will get rewarded for getting this skip with the Spirit Temple key, but nothing from the boss key room.
That was... Let's see... That was 5, I believe, so far.
I think there's one more.
Yeah, there's one more.
So, keys can't be way of the hero, right? I'm not crazy.
No.
Okay, so
Well, I don't remember exactly, but...
if they're shuffled,
Yeah,
they
if
can.
they're shuffled.
Okay, which they
Yeah,
are in this case. So in this seed, they could be.
Yeah. Chances are it's just for this, like, the spirit ones, for all we know.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of spirit keys we've already found in here, and we know we need a complete spirit. And it looks like
that's
the
where
last
the last
major
one
item.
is right here.
Yeah, and it's another key.
Probably all those spirit keys we've been getting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got bugs and a bunch of keys.
Yeah, and the bugs can't be Woth because Rudo's letter is available,
Oh, good point.
and you can get the bugs from that, like from anywhere basically.
Okay, so Fennel giving some
GTG.
context with important check hints using different rules compared to Way of the Hero, but for these settings, keys count for both important checks and Way of the Hero. Interesting.
Yep.
Yeah, knowing your hint logic is huge for a lot of these tournaments, but especially when the settings are randomized. All right, so Alexis grabbed Lullaby.
Child here.
Yeah. He does have Keaton Mass in his inventory, so he did set up for doing the mass trade quest. I don't remember if Alexis has found the hint yet. He should have.
He did.
Yeah. Okay. He's actually playing Requiem,
Child
heading
Spirit.
into. Oh. So he's going to use the key to go up child side then.
I mean, you only need to use. Oh, and he's setting up for Dompe later, as well as getting the Kakariko tokens.
Yeah, so we don't have silver gauntlets yet, so we can't go up adult side at all. So Alexis is opting to follow the spirit keys because they just did he just did Water Temple, and he knows that Way of the Hero's in there. So he might be thinking, all right, my Way of the Hero path might be spirit. Let me go do child spirit.
Like he's already done. He's already gotten like one major item out of 11 in spirit. Because yes, there are 11 major items. There was a hint quite a while back.
Oh yeah, that was a while ago. I didn't even see it. Well, Spirit Temple is full of checks, so it having a lot of important items, especially with keys counting, that does not surprise me. Is that?
A water
key.
5
rupee. Oh, up there.
No. Yeah, never mind. Now, speaking of water keys.
Oh yeah, Alexis got another one.
Yeah, I was in spirit. It just put a lot. It just put all of water into logic.
We're about to see such a
logic
pillar
thing?
check.
I'm pretty sure it's dead.
Oh, right, because we've already found our 6.
Yeah, we found all 6 major items.
Yeah, then Manu just picked it to be
I
sure.
think-
Sure enough.
I think we were. He was also seeing if it was going to be a token.
Oh, right.
Well, that's another major item. Is that slingshot?
Mm-hmm. So I think Manu might be... Let's see. Yeah, they want to raise the water level to go fight Morpha. Nice, made the jump. I don't think they've done Dark Link yet, so they also might do that loop still.
Yeah. Let's see. We haven't seen what's on Sunblock or like the Skulltula right after.
Mm-hmm.
Oh! Take
There we
those.
go, there's a big one. Whoa, it's already been 2 hours? That was a fast
It has
second
in fact
hour.
Been
Well, welcome everyone
we're
to
on
Zelda
time this
Speedruns.
time.
Well, we were kind of on time last time. We're just in the middle of talking about something. But speaking of being in the middle, we're in the middle of a very heated Random Settings League RSL race for Season 7. This is Swiss rounds, so round 1. We've been watching Alexis and Manu have a great race. 2 different strategies, but still overlapping in some parts. Yeah, and this could be a long one, so make sure to stretch. just like Alexis to stretch to hold up that Pharaoh's wind. But we want to thank both the runners for sharing their perspectives with us today on the restream, as well as Alexander here helping me commentate today. We also want to thank our trackers, Fennel, Carliana, and Ali Oops. Thank you very much. There's a lot of information in track, so thank you for helping us keep it all straight. And we want to thank Chloe for doing the restream with us. Make sure double thank Chloe again. It's her first time streaming an Ocarina of Time randomizer, so we appreciate her coming and helping us out. Traveled all the way from Termina to be here.
So true. But yeah, we're checking the Silver Gauntlet's chest. Let's see what it's there.
Alexis with a good kill on Iron Knuckle there, by the way.
And he's preparing to scum as well, which will help.
Got to manage those keys. It looks like it is another key.
A key for spirit.
For spirit.
Oh my god! Even in all these settings, it still manages to be logically long shot locked. What is this madness?
Spirit Temple is great. It's always just the monkey's paw of Ocarina of Time randomizer dungeons.
Oh my god. But that...
Ooh, we scumming the key? I didn't see they saved.
Yeah, we're scumming the key.
Oh.
He saved before getting the key.
Yeah, so his logic there is I can use a long shot to get that later. I just traded a key for a key. Let me get my other key.
No,
back.
he doesn't need it. He doesn't need it.
Oh, okay.
Because that key is just going to lock the door that it's behind anyway.
I want to note to everybody that there is a document for spirit key logic. I've read it, and it's still hard to follow.
Well, speaking of keys...
I know, we're going to get another key off here from the Sunsong grave. And then... Right? Yeah, and then Mono gets a key. Very cool. All the keys. And then Mono will get another key in here. And then I think they've done everything. They're just going to have to go defeat Morpha.
Yep.
Hey, what you got?
I think Manu checked this earlier, and it was just a compass. But, it was just the Jabu one that wasn't, like, super required.
Right.
Oh, yeah, there's a key here, too.
Yeah, Manu grabbed this one earlier.
Not the boomerang trick, but we have beans available. But Alexi should have about getting close to 30 now.
Yeah.
Because he hasn't done any of the skulls in Kakariko.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. That's 5?
Yep, 5.
Yeah. So they're going to catch up in Skulls to Mono really fast here. Yep, and Manu's going into Morpha. Let's see if we can get a good, clean, quick kill here on Manu's side, like we saw. Almost close. So we're going to be taking Morpha to the corner.
Yeah, it was a little bit late, unfortunately.
It's tougher than it looks to get that initial grab.
It can be, yeah. I mean, I get it a lot, but...
Wow, like what a quiet flex. Well, I get a lot, so...
I mean, I do. I mean... But, like, the big thing was, for sure, that... I usually tend to miss it when entrances are shuffled, just because it surprises me.
Oh yeah, that's a good point, because there's some boss strategies that depend on you being aware of what boss you're about to walk into, and Morpha's one of those bosses where as soon as you enter the room, it's go time. It's not like Bongo Bongo where you're like, okay, here's the hole, or same with Dodongo. There's no pause.
But yeah, that is 29.
So Manu's playing Requiem. I'm guessing this is the Czech, fairy in Colossus. Because still missing strength too, so can't do anything in adult side of spirit yet. Also, we're still missing magic. We're gonna need that magic sooner than later.
But I will put Alexi at 30. I'm surprised that he didn't go for Soil Patch Skulls. So
I know.
because we got pretty much everything except for Bolero. But probably focusing on getting Skull Mask. Oh, and that
Manu
was
just
Lens.
grabbed Lens out of Colossus Fairy. So if we find magic, we might see a treasure chest mini game today. Everyone's favorite. And then they're going to reverse Wasteland?
It'd be even funnier if it was shuffled. No, the keys aren't shuffled. But what if instead we had free treasure chest game?
So then wouldn't Lenses be useless?
Yeah, they'd be logically useless, but it means 11 checks. No, 12. But yeah, we're getting the Skull Mask on Alexi's side.
Chess game is second magic.
In RSL, there's the new treasure chest game setting where you cannot actually 1 in 32 because it'll always go to like the rupee when you open it.
Right. Yeah, so you can't just do a 1 in 32 gamble. It's a good setting. It makes it feel less casino-y if someone does that and then wins.
Imagine that for MM.
Oh yeah.
Where you can't gamble the dog. A gold dog always, like the dog you pick always loses. But this is hover boots.
Yeah, so Lexi's is first to hover boots, which will help in forest.
If we can get another forest small key, that is another dungeon.
So Manu came out to Carpet Salesman, interestingly. This should be foolish, but I guess they want to see it's a Skulltula token for 200. Yeah.
Because tokens can be placed in foolish locations.
Right. I would just figure with cost of 200.
Well,
I mean, I guess if you came out here with money.
Card is probably like really late into Logic.
Uh-huh.
As a race setting, it sucks, so...
Alright, we're about to see what's on top of Fortress. That's like it's junk. And now we're going to start getting some information about where the Carpenter is.
Well, we already know that there's we have to get all 4 keys.
Good point. And we have 3 of them.
3 keys. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'd leave this Carpenter as my last, or the other one being like the blue one. The others.
Oh, right, because you don't want to have to climb for the others.
Yeah. Like those 2 are probably the best to leave as last. You especially want Yep, all 4 keys are required. So
yeah. Which, you know, it's impressive. We've already found 3 of them. Manu wasn't pleased. No. But sometimes he's got to save all the Carpenters.
And we'll be seeing
okay.
an ice play on...
I was about to say, don't get too excited. We're seeing an ice play on Alexi's side, which is good because they'll see the freestanding piece in Fountain. They can check the bottom of Fountain with Iron Boots. And we'll be able to get another song. Because we're still missing Epona song, which we know we don't really need. So not a huge deal. But we're missing Storms. And Storms is locking a few useful grottos we've noticed from the hints so far.
Yeah, we could have vanilla Garuda card.
Mm-hmm.
Because Foolish does not account for items being played like vanilla, like unshuffled items.
Yeah, and like you mentioned earlier, Alex, with the keys being shuffled, GTG can hold a lot of good stuff in it potentially. So our runners want to get in there.
Of course, Manu's gonna have to get one more key for that.
Yeah.
But opening, you still have to do all of this to get the card, to get the card anyway. So yeah, the randomizer always assumes that you know the settings. Heck, it basically assumes that you have the spoiler log, even when it doesn't generate.
Oh, that's a good point.
My favorite though is like, couple seasons ago, you used to be able to have Foolish Desert with your first logical explosives, where you had to go and buy bomb shoes in Haunted Wasteland.
Oh yeah, I've heard of cases like that.
I had that happen
Also,
to me before. It was awful.
I just said opponent's song's not important, but I totally forgot horseback archery could still have something. So it's not important. We won't get cows, but opponent's song still gives us a few checks. Alexis loading up on the blue fire, by the way. And Manu is working their way through Thicket Forest Meadow. This could be another play for ice on Manu's part.
Yeah, I could see that. And Alexi's really low on health. I'm kind of scared now. One hit, all it takes.
Oh yeah, no backup fairy. Oh, they want to do Skulltulas and Night Kokiri. Ice does have skulls. Obviously not getting tokens from them in these settings, but yes, there could be... there's more checks in Ice now because of that. So we might get some important items off of those. So far, hasn't found anything important yet, but we still got a few more checks in here. And of course, the song can be pretty clutch. Even, we know where Bolero is, right? I forgot.
No, I don't.
All right, because we still have Burning Kakariko, Ice here, and then, man, what am I forgetting?
And let's see, Ocarina of Time, Ice, and Nocturne.
Oh, Ocarina of Time, right.
And we're still missing the last stone. We don't have information on it.
Yo, that's magic. On Alexi's side in Ice. There
Oh my
it is,
god,
with its
yes!
RGB indicator. All right, so that's our first magic find in Ice. So Ice very well could be required because of that. It depends where the second magic is. All right, and it looks like Manu is heading out to River. This is likely an Ice place, so I think Manu's going to find their magic soon.
Yeah, they are 100% going to. But it's funny that we are also basically just keys from Shadow.
Yeah, you're correct. We just need Shadow keys, which to your point, there's 5 of them.
But we already have 2 of them.
And we know boss doors are open, so if you have enough to make it to the boss door, you can at least finish it. Now that doesn't mean that there's nothing in the back of Shadow. We might have to go back and deal with the Floor Master and the Spike Trap Room, but we'll see when we get there.
You still need the 5th key for that.
Yeah.
Not for the back of Shadow, but for Bongo himself.
Good point. All right, so we're about to find out what is on Ice Cavern for the song. You got a 1/3 odds of guessing this right. And it is Epona's. Okay, so that puts horseback archery in play next time our runners are out there. And Alexis immediately playing Nocturne. I guess they're immediately going into Shadow. Yep, they're backwalking
Yeah.
straight in. So this will allow them to do Dins. So here's a good question. In these settings, could they have fewer torch requirement for entering Shadow? Or is it always Dins required?
Nope. It's always Dins required.
All right, that's a common question I hear runners always ask because some are a big fan of the fewer torch requirement. But yeah, in RSL, you got to find Dins. All right, so completely new here on Lexi's side. Here on the left side, we are seeing Shadow Temple.
Shadow shortcuts on.
Ooh, wait, yeah, you're right. They went to push it and they didn't even need to.
Yeah,
That
all
could
the
save a
torches
huge
were
amount
lit.
of time.
But it does complicate key logic because now it's still logically 5 key locked for Bongo, but like so much of the dungeon has like more key requirements now.
Oh,
It
good
got
point.
confusing to say the very least.
I already admitted that I get lost in the spirit key logic occasionally, so I don't think I ever even thought about shortcut logic for Shadow. Oh, there's our last Thieves Key hideout. That's really good. Manu needs to go back and get their hovers, because I don't think they're even going to step into Shadow until they go back and grab their hovers.
Well, I mean, they know where the hovers are, so...
Yeah, I'm just curious to see when they're going to go back and grab them at this point. They're definitely not running out of things to do, at least. And also, we still don't know if anything important is in GTG. I don't think we have had any hints for it, but again, it's a lot of checks.
Yeah, and one of those keys was found in a Woth location, though I'm pretty certain that either the Ganon's boss key or not boss keys, Maul key or one of the spirit keys is probably it. It could also be that Thieves' hideout key as well, because that was found there.
Right. All right, so Manu grabbed their first set of blue fire, and Alexis is now across the gap, heading down to the first Beamos. Now with the shortcut on, do you want to go straight to the ferry? Alexis only has 2 keys.
Honestly, it's tough to say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the hideout key would also point to GTG. Although the difference is it also could point to like horseback archery.
Oh, right, because that's locked behind the card.
Yep.
All right, so peeking the chests here, not seeing anything important. I'm going to skip the silver rupees and drop down to the shortcut. So it looks like we have our answer. Alexis felt like I'm going to go for the ferry here rather continuing on.
There's also the token here. And the back of Shadow is logically 0 key locked, except for Boss Door, which is logically 5 key locked. Because you can waste your keys in any way in the dungeon.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to say this seed has been some tasty spaghetti so far. I like the curveballs RSL throws in.
Whereas, like, you know, the first big room is 4 key locked, as well as, you know, the Gibdo room.
Right. It's okay, Chloe. You can take credit for this.
Heck,
Roll out.
even the the pot room area is also 4 key locked because no matter how you go about it, in 4 keys you will find yourself in that room regardless.
Huh. Yeah, I'm just sitting here counting key doors. I'm like, oh yeah. So Lexi's using going to the back here to check spike wall room and then check out the floor master. All right. Looks like a heart container and something not interesting, or a heart chest and something not interesting.
And then there's also the token.
Oh right.
At least we don't have freestandings on, because otherwise, this room would have a lot of checks.
Oh, because of destroying all the pots.
Yep.
Yep. They will grab the piece of heart for a refill, though. I like that.
I mean, otherwise Bongo would one-shot you.
Oh, yeah. Just give you the hand. All right, now we're going to see the floor master room here. As
He's just
Manu...
chilling.
Whatever. He's holding something. And that something is a key. This could be a clutch key. Let's find out.
All bosses die in one hit. Oh, that's
It's
a
our
forest
forest key.
key!
Okay,
Oh
that was
my
important. We need that. So yeah, Back of Shadow liked us to keep itself required, and that very likely is a required check this scene.
Oh, it is. Logically required, because you need all 5 keys in forest.
Yeah.
There's
I think,
only one more token, but that is a 5-key locked token logically.
Mm-hmm. Do we remember what was in Graveyard? There was a key for... Was it GTG in Graveyard?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was the only potential way of the hero thing in there. We're going to be seeing Bongo Bongo on Alexis' side here on the left, as Manu moves back through Sacred Forest Meadow. And get the one cycle here.
He's almost
Oh,
got it.
I jinxed it. Close. All right, it's got the hands fast. Got a nice cycle on the hands there. All right, there we go.
There we go.
That was still
Clean.
very quick, Mongo.
But that is a song of... Well, let's see what's here. Because there is a chance that it's either the fire one or the... It's one of the 2 fire rewards.
Fire rewards referring to Fire Temple?
Fire Medallion and Goron Ruby. Fire rewards.
Oh, okay.
Well, Song of Time.
Song of Time. It's all of our stones.
Yes, it is. And with that, we now know what's on Forest as well. Because we got, like, all that compass info.
Yeah. When you said fire rewards, I was like, what? There was a prediction at the beginning of the stream, yes, chat.
But I think Alexis is more than likely ahead at the moment.
Mm-hmm. I think it was very close, but going and getting the hover boots was a very strong play, as we've learned from what is found in Shadow. And so I think Alexis is going to have be able to avoid some revisits potentially, which will save a lot of time. There was also some execution that Alexis pulled off cleaner in Water Temple when they were both in it, which allowed Alexis to pull a little bit ahead there as well. But what saves a lot of time, especially in any sort of randomizer, is minimizing revisits. Because Manu is going to find that 4th key for Thieves' Hideout in Shadow, and is going to have to go back, get the last climb up, get the last Carpenter. While Alexis is, once they go to Thieves' Hideout, they can just clear it all out in one go.
Yep. Especially if it's not shuffled, that's gonna be huge.
Oh yeah, because you get the mentorship card.
Yep.
Manu checking top of Fairy, Deathmount Trail Fairy, not finding anything.
Oh, he's also doing. I see what he's doing here. He's setting up Pierre because he did it as child.
Mm-hmm.
So he's setting it up as adult now. So he'll be doing 3-key forests soon.
Yeah. So once we get to 3 Key Forest, we can explain what it is, as it's easy. It's easier to see it done than explain it.
But yeah, we found Fire Compass then. It's on Big Goron, so we aren't getting it.
No going back for the prescription in Deku Basement, unfortunately.
That's fine,
Yeah.
though.
I mean, the runners like to see it.
But
we already have all
Manu's
dungeons see.
definitely the focusing more on skulls, which is not a bad shout here.
No.
Very
Getting
clean
that
setup.
second strength upgrade could crack the seat open for them.
Yeah, very much so. But I feel like after Forest Temple is probably the best plan to go into GTG, like not GTG, but like to Gerudo Fortress, because I feel like the card isn't shuffled.
Yeah.
Because we're getting a lot of like hints towards GTG.
Right, because it's appeared in Way of the Hero location, so it's possible that that's Way of the Hero. Well, the keys.
Yeah. So, which song do you think Shadow was locking, though? Storms or Bolero?
I'm going to say Storms, because this scene wants to pull at least one oops. Go back and check all the Grotto's card on us. I think Bolero's on Ocarina of Time. So this is Mono's first visit to Fire Temple here on the right side. Alexis wasn't able to get by the Boulder Room, so we'll see how far Manu can
neither
get.
will Manu can't either, because he only has 3 keys.
Yeah, neither has found the Megaton Hammer, so we don't know what's in that Megaton Hammer loop at the bottom either.
Well, it's also logically 8 key locked.
Oh, that's right. Fire Temple key.
Because with key sanity, that lock comes back.
No more extra key.
But you still have a spare key. It's just
it doesn't feel like one. And key sanity.
It's that you have 2 spare keys in standard.
Right. Oh, Lexi's... Get that? Yeah, got good Sophos kills there. Those guys control.
Ooh.
Imano, you want the 50? Nah.
We take those.
So yeah, Alexis is up to 31 gold skull tokens, and Manu's a little bit ahead with 35.
Yeah, he's been focusing more on them. But I mean, when you have as much progression as Alexi does, then you don't really need to worry about it too much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because when you have so many paths open to you, like Alexis does, you just will stumble into tokens like that chest back there, and that might save you some time having to hunt down tokens in the overworld. Like, I don't think you're going to see these runners going for skull patches unless they're like just a few short and they're not finding them in their progression.
I'd probably go for them. Because that strength 2, I mean, we could get all of the keys for Spirit and just do it that way as well. And get Lax.
The light arrow cutscene, yeah.
One advantage I think Manu's going to have over Alexi here... Actually, no, he doesn't have Furores. Only Alexi has it right now.
Yeah,
I was thinking
so actually, Alexi has that advantage.
It's just that he doesn't have it in fire.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, he has to climb again. Luckily, he didn't make it like all the way up. He only made it almost about half. So not the worst to reclimb. It's always bad in fire when you make it to like highest Goron, and then you're like, wait, I have to come back up here.
I mean, if you have shortcut, it's not that bad.
That's true. So we saw that Shadow shortcut was on, but that doesn't necessarily mean the other dungeon shortcuts are on, are they?
No, I'm talking about fire shortcut, but like the shortcut chest.
Which, by the way, we're seeing the 3 keys on Alexis' site right here. They jump off from the upper balcony and with the assistance of hover boots, they can get over to that ledge, which is within range of spawning that scarecrow. And so that's 3 key forest.
Because it's based on elevation.
Yeah.
Like on a very specific elevation in which the door frame just perfectly just happens to be perfectly set up for. And there's another token, so yeah, he's not that far behind in terms of tokens.
No, and he's ahead in terms of progression.
Yeah, way ahead in progression at this point, because he's almost done forest, he's done shadow.
Mm-hmm.
And
like Manu might get that
like,
strength a little bit sooner, but not much sooner unless they start rushing skulls here.
and the thing to consider too is that the light arrows don't matter much because Alexei knows where they are. They're in Hyrule Castle.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't matter too much.
We're seeing a 4-step here from Manu. Again, they know where hovers are,
yeah.
Shadow Dip after leaving Fire. And they know where hovers are, but they're like, I'm just gonna go check the front of it, which they will be rewarded with their last Thieves Hideout key.
Yeah. Hopefully Alexei does Thieves Hideout as well.
Yeah, that'll give us some information to work with.
Because my guess is it's a vanilla card at this point.
I'm getting that vibe too.
Especially like with the way the hints are pointing, it's kind of in that direction.
Mm-hmm. Right,
but it'll be after. It'll be after we take care of Phantom Ganon. So.
Oh yeah. We're already here. Finish what we started. Plus, you have these checks in the basement.
Yep, there's 2 of them. Yeah, he does, but it doesn't really matter right now because that's something you can route later with like token collection.
Yeah.
That's why I say it's like not a big factor. Because the bigger factor right now is actually progression plus getting as many tokens as you possibly can.
Mm-hmm. Everything Light Arrow does in this game is at the very end of the game. So getting it sooner is not a huge deal. It's very different than, like, say, Majora's Mask, where it does a lot for you in Majora's Mask. It's literally all Stone Tower.
Or in Wind Waker, where it's basically just your insta-kill button.
Yeah.
Except for on Goma. For whatever reason, it heals Goma.
That's because Goma's a Bamf. So Goma's just completely strong in Wind Waker. You gotta have at least one Zelda game where Goma's scary.
It's because of an overflow, but yeah, I like to think that's also the case.
The Goma boss manip the overflow in their advantage. That's how powerful Goma is in Wind Waker.
Because programming is hard.
Oh, it is.
Oh,
I think
100%.
Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask is a great example of programming is hard. Alright, we're about to see Phantom Ganon here on the left. Alexis tried to go for the quick kill, but it doesn't look like they get it off. See if we can still get one cycle out of it. Nope.
Ouch. But yeah, going for all these tokens is not a bad play here.
Oh, no. All right, good kill for Alexis on Phantom Ganon there. Definitely another boss that's harder than it looks if you're not used to doing randomizer a lot.
Yeah, the 0 cycle's kind of a fun case too.
Oh yeah, yeah. We've also been able to show off some of the weekly streams here, which the weekly races change their settings every few weeks. And in one of those, we had boss door entrance randomizer, and we've had a few child Phantom Ganon, so we got to show off the boomerang against Phantom Ganon, how OP it is. He can't deal with it. You just knock him out and wail on him. It's great.
Whereas Bongo can deal with it.
Yeah. All right, so Lexi's finished Forest and is now going to grab Night Skulltulas and Kokiri.
Yep.
36.
He's gonna grab a. I mean, again, he's not that far behind in tokens because Manu's at. No, he's at Manu's at like a 37, I believe, 37 or.
Oh, okay. And the Manu reversed back to Thieves' Hideouts to finish the last Carpenter because they're probably thinking what you are, Alex, which is, the membership card is probably just vanilla.
Yep.
And then Alexis going back to water to find the last major items, I believe. I don't think they were able to grab them all in their first visit.
They were only able to grab 5.
Yeah, because he didn't have Lullaby.
In the push block, like on bow target.
Oh, right. Yes, and you have to lower the water level for that.
Yeah, because you can't shoot your bow in the water, sadly.
But it's pointy.
We'll get him another token because the Shellblade room had a token.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Alexis has had a lot of good luck with running into tokens during these dungeons, which has helped keep him in line with Manu's token count, who's been traveling the Overworld a little bit more.
Yeah.
And, yep.
Ooh,
there we go. 36 for Manu.
38.
30. I can't, dude, I can't read. Not this compression. And yeah, there's membership cards, so it was vanilla. Good job. You definitely felt that one out.
I mean, the way it was pointing towards, that's what it very much screamed.
Mm-hmm. And then Manu playing Sun Song to get the Skulltula here at night. Trying to use that long shot to get it from this angle. It's a hard shot. Looks like they're going to climb back up.
Probably, yeah, it's hammer.
Yeah, the last thing we're really looking for
is like another strength as well. Although there could be another strength in spirit for all we know.
Yeah. We still have some unanswered questions. But we're actually looking pretty good here in terms of knowledge. Our runners have not... they've never been last locationing anything so far. They've always had something to do.
Yeah. But
like
yeah,
Alexis.
This is basically what I predicted to be around 3 hours. Because we still have to go through Wath Fire. Oh, that's what GTG could just have, is a lot of fire small keys.
Yeah, with all those checks. We haven't found very many fire keys. 4? So far total, I think.
Yeah.
It's a little less than half.
Yeah,
we're still missing a few shadow keys.
Insane in RSL. Like, it can help you so much if you're paying attention to those.
Mm-hmm.
Absolute godsend. Like, they also spout some useless hints, but like being able to sift through the muck is kind of a key skill in RSL. And the junk hints can tell you quite a bit about what is always and what isn't. Or how many trials are on.
Yeah, that's the example I was just going to point to, is that through the junk hints, you were already able to decipher that, all right, you've got to do at least 5 trials, and then we got some trial hints. It's like, okay, we got to do at least 4 trials because we know forest and water trial are off. And so we know that 50 Skulltula strength is not negotiable. We need that.
Oh my god. So, we have to rescue Epona.
Oh,
she did
yeah.
not come.
Manu just played Epona's song and she didn't come. We gotta go rescue Epona, everybody. The seed finding ways to stretch itself out just a little bit longer.
Oh, we have 7 keys. Nice.
Oh,
Manu
wow.
has
That's,
like 7 keys going there. Shadow Temple small key right there. Free fat Epona.
Go on, Tunic.
Go
Let's
on,
go.
Tunic.
Hey, I like it. We have to do
Oh
fire trial.
no, there's one in the center.
Uh,
The Tunic
Yep.
can't because we also have a wallet available.
yeah. If you have a wallet available, you can buy tunics off shops. So that takes finding
And
a
if you
tunic out of
can
logic.
get to this shop, and if you can get to the shop as adults, that's an
Oh,
important
right.
thing too.
Double asterisk. Yeah, we saw the tunic available in shops that adult could reach. So,
Yeah, so yeah, with that, the Tunic couldn't be Woth at all.
get that key. Let's go.
Or should it be a
It's
forest
another
key?
key.
Oh, it's
No,
a fire
key.
key! Oh, it's huge.
That's a good one. Yeah. So let's see. Where's Alexis going?
Oh, to get this token.
Oh yeah, trying to squeeze out as many tokens as they can here from the overworld.
It's 39 now. And Manu is gonna go into the right side maze because I did see something big on the right side of the maze. So
That, and also we don't have our silver gauntlets yet, so we can't do the silver block in the back of the
these-
room.
Alexis is gonna be handing in his blue fire to King Zora, but getting some of the tokens in the overworld here.
Oh, okay.
He's setting up for spirit, basically, is what I'm seeing. But yeah, GTG is required, so that would make the GTG small keys a candidate for Woth. Because they lock Fire Temple small keys.
Mm.
And if they have a hammer, then no. Enough said.
Is this a hammer? Did you just evoke it? No, it's more choose. I didn't know choose could appear in a major item.
It's because the bomb chews are in bomb chew bags, the seed, where they're
Right.
refillable. They can be considered major items.
Got it.
But yeah, they're already now caught up in tokens. And Alexis is going to catch one more while using his blue fire on the king himself.
I think Manu's trying to flush himself. I think he's going for toilet.
Yeah, he's going for toilet.
This room sucks without hovers. I hate doing this room without hovers. At least we have long shot.
Yeah, there is a one where it puts like minor items like shields and shoes and such. Although choose is its own setting, but minor items does include shields that aren't mirror.
All right.
But that's also off in these settings.
Very carefully navigating the silver rupees.
Yeah, you don't really want to have low hearts going into this room. Drowning.
Oh, yeah.
Suck.
That's an understatement. We do have Zora tunic. Is this none of our runners would have put it on?
Switching to the blue shirt takes too much time. When you could just
True.
drown instead and death warp out. There's this key number 7 because we know we're gonna now need like at least more than what we have now. We have 5. If we can get 7, that'd be really handy
Hmm.
for the basement loop when we get
Oh,
hammer.
right, yeah. For fire. Get it? Okay, so Madu's gonna put their tunic here on as they're having a hard time grabbing that last silver.
Oh, that's a key
Ooh.
in icy waters.
They're gonna play it safe here. They don't want to get killed by these clams. Yeah, Manu grabbed this
Or
key earlier.
Oh, it was another fire small. Okay. So Alexi will be at 6 when if he goes to GTG. Because he also has 7 GTG keys as well. Oh, this room's gonna suck.
Don't get hit. Yeah, he's not going to be able to... Manu's not going to be able to use... take damage to grab the chest here. If they need to grab the chest.
I mean, it's a hard chest.
Oh, isn't that ironic? Get him.
Painfully ironic. A fairy might spawn, though, because there is a chance that a fairy will spawn.
Yeah, look, you evoked it. Right in front of the chest, too. Convenient.
Oh. Yeah, because it has a chance of spawning.
That is a convenient death warp, though. Get out of here, and then, is Mono gonna do the left side now, or save it for later?
Yeah, I would, 100% do the death warp here, too. It's faster.
Right, because... Yeah, and also he hasn't found wind, so skipping this now might suck. So we will see everything, but whatever's behind Silver Block. Oh, a key.
Well, it should be another fire key.
Shadow key.
Nope, it's a shadow key.
So that will be one advantage Manu might have, is Manu will be going into Shadow with at least twice as many keys as Alexis did. Now we know because shortcuts are turned on, Alexis was able to finish Shadow. So depending on what Manu has left, they might opt to just take the shortcuts and not check the rest of Shadow anyways, but at least they have the option. Also, we're finding out what's on Ocarina of Time on Alexis' side right now. I guess Bolero, am I right?
We'll find out.
We gotta have to hallucinate and get pulled out. Yeah, it's Bolero, I was right. Yeah! Storm's on Nocturne.
Oh my god.
I knew this had one
can only lock strength 3 at this point.
Yeah, because it's behind Spirit. Or Fire. It's behind Fire.
Behind Fire, yep.
So it's definitely not
possibly Wath for just small keys. Yeah, like fire small keys.
No, Storms was on Nocturne. Storm's on Nocturne. To get the Nocturne song, you need Forest, Fire, and Water Medallion.
Yep.
In the vanilla Ocarina of Time, Well holds Lens of Truth. It's okay. The Nocturne cutscene takes place in front of the well, and and Bongo literally comes out of the well. So that association is not
that was the last water small key. And
that's we
lights
did water. Yep. So Alexis went and got their light arrows. They're playing Prelude, so they're going to go back to adult. So yeah, this is telling me that they don't want to do it. They don't want any more child visits. They're not going to come back to child if they can avoid it.
Yep. I probably would have grabbed both the Requiem and the Bolero skulls at the least, because that would save some time. Although you'd have to get bugs.
Yeah, Alexis dropped their bugs earlier, so you have to go out of their way a little bit. And he's been feeling pretty lucky.
There are bugs in Hyrule Castle.
Oh right, and he was just there, so could have grabbed bugs there.
Well, he's about to get lens.
The all-important lens.
You know what the worst part is?
is we're still gonna have to try and find that other small key for Ganon's castle.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
And you know what the worst part is? Is that it could just be in GTG, in the Strength 2 block room.
We'll find out. Yeah, the seed is definitely mandating a lot of back and forth here.
I mean, that's typically what happens with key sanity. It's typically the worst, though, with dungeon keys.
Mm-hmm. Manu checking for Skulltula token on Shoot the Sun. Lexi's trying to grab the Skulltula here in Colossus, but being controlled by levers.
Yep, and he's at 43.
They might get that strength upgrade at the same time. I think as they're dwindling on progression, they're both really feeling the sting of not having silvers.
Yeah.
Favorite shark JPEG.
$45 to $43.
Yeah, Alexis is finally reversing, so we're going to be seeing them likely doing Carpenters and then getting the GTG here.
Yeah, and there was a token on Carpenters, so we will be getting... Oh, I think he might not have gotten that hint. That's fine. It also kills the token.
Okay, Foolish does account for tokens then.
Yeah, Foolish does not account for tokens. But it's not a token this time.
Right.
But yeah, 44 to 45.
You know, he has 100 rupees, Alexis. He might go to Carpet Salesman and... Wait, that's 200. Never mind.
He needs 200.
I was thinking of Grandma. Potion Shop had Skulltula token for 100. So Manu making it back into Hyrule Field, freeing Epona? Question mark. We gonna go help the horse?
We might be seeing that, yeah. Just getting all these grottos and such along the way. Because we haven't seen... Oh.
Yeah, I'm like, I thought Manu already did all of Hyrule Field grottos. Putting Dins on...
Oh, for the Cow Grotto.
Yeah. That's right, Cow Grotto's out here. That's probably what Manu's remembering. I think that was a remote grotto under the bomb rock.
Yeah. Which he's going to be getting to.
It's a hint, and there's a Skulltula in there, yeah?
Yeah, there's a token in there.
Yeah. I always forget, because, again, we hardly see this grotto ever, so I just don't even pay attention to it.
Gonna make some beef patties.
No, leave the cow alone.
He cooked it. She's okay though, because she's got high heat tolerance.
They grow them tough in Hyrule.
They definitely do.
All right, so Manu played Prelude, went back to Temple of Time. Yeah, I didn't even read the hint. I haven't been keeping track of hints completely. They might have already found all of their hints. So it might be no reason to check the stones anymore at this point. We are pretty deep into the scene. Yeah, Alexis controlled by the Gerudo guard there. Yeah, I guess Jabu Jabu cows in MQ is probably the worst place to be as a cow, especially when you're stuck in the walls. All right, right, so Manu is very close to their 50 now, only with 2 Skulltulas left, playing Prelude to go to Child. This might finally be them picking up their hover boots.
Yeah.
And they'll just pick up the last 2 Skulltulas somewhere along the way. Yeah, to Fennel's point in chat, knowing that you've already found your hints is pretty difficult within these settings.
And
Some
plus,
runners
you
just
don't
might...
need most. You don't need all of your hints, just most of them. There are some that are just extremely useful, but a lot of them you can just kind of skip.
Yeah, so Manu might just go, well, I've gotten what I needed out of hints. I don't need to stop to read anymore. I don't think there is any lore for why they stuck cows in the wall of the MQ Jabu Jabu. I think they just did that for memes, because whatever devs worked on the Master Quest version of the dungeons, they were just shitposting. That's my theory.
Jabu wanted
Yeah.
burgers.
Jabu's like,
Zoras
I'm
have
tired
to
of
give burgers.
being a filter feeder. I'm eating cows from now on.
I don't think he's a filter feeder with a jaw
With his
that
teeth?
big.
Yeah, right. I'm like, you know, he's probably based
How
on a
about
sperm
eating
whale.
other fish?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. To be fair, I
Yeah,
don't think the
probably
devs
a
took
sperm whale.
ecology into this at all. So,
I mean, he's in a small pond. Of course not.
hey, but he's also like the guardian. Maybe he's magic. Maybe he can like warp out of the pond. I don't know.
Jabu does have teeth.
He does. Got to turn around.
You just turn around. Heck, even when he's opening his mouth, he's got like those little peg teeth.
So this is Skulltula token number 50 for Manu here on the right. So we're going to see Manu go into Skulltula house and get their Kokiri sword probably, just because. And then more importantly, the strength upgrade, which will be their second. And that strength 2 is going to open up a lot. Alexis not far behind on token count. Looks like they're at 46. So it's not going to take them very long to get that upgrade. And there's our gauntlets. Whoa, not even getting Kokiri sword?
Who
Dang.
needs it?
I know, but like... That's like some Young Link drip you're missing out on. He just looks incomplete without it.
Oh gosh. Lexi's gonna have to get some more arrows soon.
Yeah, I saw that when they were in Colossus, they had 3. After trying to get the Skulltula. I'm sure there's arrow drops in GTG somewhere.
The
Setting wind.
furrowers? Nice.
Some movement. All right.
I think he just remembered. I think he just remembered. That
Yeah, because Manu handed in
point.
yeah, Manu handed in Keaton Mask earlier, so they just need to get the Skull Mask. Easy thing to forget with so much going on.
E.
E?
E.
Ah.
All right, that is 47.
I just realized. Could have checked treasure chest mini game there. Because I think he found lens. I think, yeah, both our runners have.
Yeah, both have the combination.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's 6 fire smalls. Ooh, I think he's gonna go for it. Oh god, he's gonna check right side because he saw that big chest.
Yeah. Which he'll just get shoes out of. But, you know.
Oh, yeah, happy 3 hours.
time flies when things are a little bit more random than usual. But yeah, welcome everybody to Zelda Speedruns. This is hour number 3. We're having a great race between Alexis and Manu in the Random Settings League, or RSL Season 7 tournament. It's round 1. These are Swiss matches. And we've been having a great time watching both of them. We want to thank Alexander here for helping me out with commentating. We also want to thank our trackers who have been keeping everything straight with us, not only on the item trackers, but for settings. Those, of course, are Fennel, Carliana, and Alley Oops. And, of course, thanks to Chloe for streaming an Ocarina of Time randomizer for us. We've been having a good time today. And I guess happy Father's Day to any fathers out there. We haven't said that all stream. Been too focused on Ocarina. Yeah.
True, it is Father's Day.
And for Father's Day, we're going to be getting hover boots off Skull Mask. So both our runners are hover go. Manu going back to Shadow Temple. I'm going to put those hover boots to use now. Again, we're going to see what they're going to do with their 4 Shadow Keys. I think they have 4. We're about to find out. About to verify. And we'll see if they just take the shortcut and get through Shadow.
Yeah.
Just in case. Just in case. You never know when one goes out.
Oh, and there's... Oh, I thought that was it, but no.
No.
But yes, we have Pegasus shoes.
Pegasus shoes? I don't see any Duelist Kingdom going on.
It is now.
Alright, so Manu checking the spinning blade room, not even checking the room with the Gibdo, breaking their legs on the way down. No fairy. Rip.
Yeah, Alexis pretty close to 50. That is a small key in Hammer Rocks. That is the worst feeling because it's probably a shadow key at this point.
So to answer a question in chat, the Thieves' hideout includes the interior, so where the Carpenters are. The exterior is Gerudo Fortress, so those hint pools are separate.
Yeah, they're separate hint regions. Think of like Ocean Spider House or Swamp Spider House versus Southern Swamp and Great Bay Coast, for example.
Good example. Megaton Hammer could be on horseback archery.
Yeah, it is possible.
Very possible. We don't know.
Not likely.
That's a real question. Oh, right. Yeah, so we could have a hammer on horseback, a hammer in spirit, hammer in here. Hammer's really the big question left for our runners. And I guess strength 3.
I think we are going to go into spirit here. But we haven't found anything that's really Wath and Fire yet, have we?
No. See, Alexis got the Kokiri sword. Going for the drip. I like it.
Wonder if he's gonna grab the grotto before going into spirit, because there is a strength 2 lock to grotto. Yep, okay. That makes sense.
Cool. Good call.
It is something that has won games before.
And lost games. Forgetting the grotto. Straight up.
Yep. Oh my god.
Showed us the long shot strats there.
You needed to get strength 2 to get one of your 4 small keys.
Oh, that sucks. But luckily, because of the hovers, 3 keys okay. So that's pretty mean, though.
Mm-hmm.
But finally, we're gonna answer the question: what's on adult side spirit? Yeah, the result is probably a lot.
Yeah, because we still haven't resolved all those majors yet.
Nope.
We got quite a few of them, but we didn't get all of them because there are 11. I think we got like something closer to 5 so far.
Yeah, because we found a few keys on a child side earlier.
It was even more hilarious that we got a logically long shot locked spirit key on right hand side.
Mm-hmm.
Another GTG key. I think that is all 9 that we've seen then.
Damn, Alexis is doing for the jump slash on that silver rupee, not even worrying about the hover boots. I always use the hover boots if I have them, because if I miss it, I feel bad. So,
All
like,
right,
gonna.
well, there's another key right here. I wouldn't be
Then we
surprised
gotta
if
check
this one was a
the.
fire one.
No,
Oh,
it was
that
well.
was the last bottom of the well. Oh, it's the hinted one that said. Wait, token.
Yeah, no, Alexis is skipping the. Oh, nope, they remembered. I was like,
I
don't
think
forget
you
the
just forgot.
Skulltula.
Happens to the best of us.
Yeah, because this is a Skulltula where you just don't usually waste your time on it. Trying to peek it, 20. If he forgot it, it wouldn't have been a big deal. But good
Yeah,
luck.
but it's when you forget is when it's actually required.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
the
every time.
number one rule is if you forgot it, it's probably it.
Yeah, so Mono answered the question that I had earlier, which is despite having more shadow keys to work with, they were like, nope, I'm just going to go do Bongo Bongo now, which I think is a strong play, especially this late in the seed and so few items left to find, and having so much progression still open. We still have to finish Spirit, which, to your point, has a lot of major items in it. Still have to finish Fire. So coming back and checking the rest of
Figure out
Shadow.
what is path and fire, too.
Yeah. So figuring out the rest of Shadow later is the smart play here. Because you might not need to. And Shadow's one of the longest dungeons in Ocarina of Time, if not the longest. So if you can cut out the majority of it, you're going to take that.
Oh, there's another major.
Yep. Let's see what it's here up on Alexis' side.
Shrink
There's your Shrink 3. All right,
Hold
that's
it.
got to be the path, right? The way of the hero.
Spirit's not what, though.
Oh, right. It was just major items.
It was just major items.
All right, but yeah, that's huge. That is not a... Manu's going to find that. That's not like a hard... That's hard to miss. And Manu knows that there's a lot of major items still left in Spirit, so not something to sweat. But that answers a big question. So now I guess it's just, where's the hammer?
There's a chance that it's just in Fire Temple.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a little bit further up. Because the only thing left in Fire Temple that we could find would be like a key that leads to hammer, right? There's really no other items left to grab.
Yeah, the only other thing it could be would be like...
Oh, there's the hammer.
So,
All right, well, there we go.
So, you know what the path to tower is?
What?
Again, it's small key and Fire Temple.
Yeah. So... Okay,
And Alexi is
no
just getting the small key here, because... And he could go and beat Twinrova. That is effectively no mode. We need to actually go through the rest of Fire once again. For the Ganon's small key.
Uh-huh. So now the question is, how deep is it? Is it going to be in the bottom loop? We're going to have to climb again. Lexi's remembering this is a key. Gonna grab it.
I would peek, yeah, the basement loop first, and if it's nothing, you could just scum it away.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that would basically put him in go mode at this point.
Yep. Well, we'll find out. Our runners still have to finish Spirit here, and then Alexis is gonna head off to Fire. And Manu is working through Forest right now. So I'd say that Manu is... Oh man, maybe like a... taking into consideration how much Alexis has done on Adult Side Spirit so far, maybe like a full dungeon behind.
Yeah. So yeah, Alexis pretty much winning at this point.
Yeah, you'd need some really monkey paw shenanigans to come into play for Alexis to lose this lead.
Yeah, basically about a forest temple. Like he's just ignoring it now.
Mhm.
Having the bottle is pretty nice, so I do understand picking that up. But yeah,
Maybe not 15 minutes. I'd probably say the time difference is maybe closer to 10, accounting for like boss fight.
yeah, because we can full clear fire with the kit that we have now.
Yep.
Because you can scum the basement if it isn't anything, and if it is something, like if it's the Ganon's small key, then, well, we're all done.
Yeah, and there's some minor execution points where Manu can make up a bit of time. Like if you get Zero Cycle Phantom Ganon, that would save a bit of time, as Alexis had to 2-cycle Phantom Ganon. Manu has 2 Spirit Keys, which is a few less than Alexis had total. But one of the Spirit Keys is in that hand, so that'd be 3. I think Manu can do it.
He needs to get 4 because he spent one for child. Actually, did he spend one for child spirit?
No, Manu didn't go up child side at all. That was Alexis.
Oh, yeah. I knew Alexis
So as long as
did,
Manu, yeah. So as long as Manu doesn't go back and do child side stuff, they can probably finish.
You got, like, you have Dins. There's no reason
Yeah.
to do that.
No. So Manu can squeak it out with the amount of keys they have, and us knowing that they have a long shot, they can get the key over on the other hand. So yeah, this is a very close race, especially for RSL, because again, a lot of these RSLs end in...
Actually, he needs 3 keys for that, so...
Oh, yeah? Yeah, there wasn't another key on the way up, right?
Nope.
Where did Alexis find an extra spirit key?
I'm trying to remember.
Because they both did all of water, so it's not like Manu missed it there. Maybe it was here in Forest? Well, I guess we'll find out. Here comes the 3-key Forest right here on Manu's side. Very good. And Alexis had a very good first phase Twinrova. I blinked and I missed it. So that was really good luck on their part.
In stage 2? Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, too close.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, that's one of the risks you run if you jump over the platform early. It can save you time, but also miss. But luckily, she still throws the same element, right?
Yeah,
Until you
because
do some
it's
damage,
damage-based.
So not a huge loss.
Other than the amount of arrows he has.
Worst case scenario, he goes back to his shop and buys some.
Well, there are arrows in trials, so...
Oh, yeah, that's true. They're pretty generous in the trials, in the pots.
Because they assume that you're going to be... Yeah, like wasting arrows by not being very accurate.
So despite the settings this seed, there's not a lot inside Ganon's tower, which is a little surprising because with the with all the scrubs shuffled, there's a lot of scrubs in Ganon's tower.
Well, it's because the main reason is because it's locked behind all dungeons.
Right.
So only strength 3 really could be there unless outside of like small keys.
Mm-hmm. Which, if you'd had to get all of your dungeon rewards to get into Ganon's castle to then find small keys, that'd be some pretty cursed stuff. Not terrible, just annoying. Alright, so we see Alexis back in Fire Temple, and it looks like they're going to go straight to Volvigia and see what's on the boss. Mm-hmm.
Because you could just find it right here.
Oh, absolutely. Volvigia loves to hold on to keys.
Yeah, she does.
She likes the way they jingle.
True.
Alright, we're going to see a quick kill here from Alexis on the left side, because they went in without a fairy, and they got a minute 20.
They also have Goron Tunic, so... Because
that's right.
Picked that up in GTG. They just elected not to use it.
I mean, equipping it takes time. If you don't need to equip it, why put it on? Using tunics is totally fair.
It's logically expected.
Link never washes his clothes.
Volve also is wearing a tunic, if you consider that she's heat.
I think that's just like being
well.
a dragon privilege. But she's already toast, so. Alright. You're gonna see a fan again here on the right from Manu. Again, he can make up a little bit of time here if Manu can get the 0 cycle. And then let's see what's on Volvigia here on the left side for Alexis. What is it? Yep, crouch stab. It makes it spawn faster, I swear. It's a token. All right. So we are going to have to go back into fire and start snooping around.
Yep, we have 3 checks in the basement, and then the rest of fire, basically.
Mm-hmm. Alright, looks like Manu's getting a 2 cycle here. So about the same amount of time. Oh, nope, gonna have to go for a 3rd. I just want to jump slash away. Alright, so similar time there on Fan Ganon for Manu as Alexis did earlier. Could save some time if they avoid all of Child Side of Spirits, so when they're going up, but they don't check Child Side at all. They didn't find a spirit key through Force, though, so...
Yep. I really hope Alexi does save here. The scum, because looks like he's going to be doing... Right. So, it could just be a shortcut chest, because it was a small key.
Good point. Manu remembering to check the silver boulder too in Colossus. Gonna get rewarded with a force key. Very cool. As for how long we have left in this race, I'd say Alexis is probably going to finish in...
Probably around the 20-ish minute mark. Depends on...
Yeah.
Like, where this fire boss key is. Because trials do add extra time to it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, well, we're not doing forest, and we're not doing water.
But those are also the 2 shortest trials.
Yeah, I'm like, we have the long trials, and then, obviously, yeah, it depends where the key is. So I was like, yeah, probably another 20 minutes, so around the 340 to 345 mark, if anyone's curious how much longer we have in this race.
Oh, that's another small key, by the way.
Where?
Map chest.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I missed it. Manu actually has 3 Spirit Temple keys, so I think they're good to go.
Yeah, they are good to go. Oh, I see what he's doing. He's setting up here.
Mm-hmm.
Because he knows now that he's effectively in go mode.
Right. He's just rushing to find the second Ganon key.
And... oh, there
That's
it
it.
is! Where'd it go?
Okay. Off to Ganon's tower for Alexis on the left side here. Light hour cutscene is gold scale. Kind of forgot about it until it showed up, as you usually do.
There's going to be strength 3 for Menu's side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like this play. I like just going all the way up adult side. Just not even worrying about child side unless you have to.
Yeah.
Because in this case, Manu will be rewarded for it.
But yeah, that is all. Oh, could be quite
No, we
a
still
bit
got...
shorter now, because that was
Yeah.
really fat.
That
We
was
just
one
gotta
room
do
away
all
from
trials.
yeah, that was one room away from where Alexis had to stop earlier on their climb up, so almost could have avoided the reclimb. Almost.
Yep.
Yeah, so this I think it was a really good demonstration of the random settings league. You can see how it can giveth and taketh away in the same breath. And the ban block or the ban system kind of helps regulate away some of those longer settings or settings the racers just really don't want to encounter. And we got to see a lot of good diverse routing because of these settings. Like immediately both these runners took completely different paths out of the vanilla child start. So there's always something fun to watch with these. So I hope we get some more on Restream. And if anyone is in here for the first time, if you're ever wondering, there are ways to volunteer
Uh-oh.
for Zelda speedruns.
Uh-oh.
What are you
didn't get
uh-ohing?
He's out of arrows. He's got to get arrows.
Oh, no. Well, he has wind. It's fine. Let's go find some arrows.
Yeah, but it's extra time.
Oh, I don't think it's going to be enough time for Manu to close the gap here unless
No.
Alexis
no,
forgets
it's
where
not.
arrows are. But yeah, this is a really exciting race. Had a good time. But yeah, as I was saying, if you ever want to volunteer for restreams, for tracking, restreaming, commentating, or a variety of those, check out the link in the chat and Twitch here. There's more information there on how to get involved. And we'll be seeing Twinrova over here on Manu's side. Hopefully they have a generous first phase like Alexis did, as Alexis works through Shadow Trial.
Because there's a pot that always drops arrows, I believe.
Yeah, there you go. Just don't let them fall off the ledge. Man, 3 bottles
Boink.
and all empty.
And that should be Shadow Trial first, then.
Mm-hmm. When you don't have to check the chests, Shadow Trial, not too bad.
Honestly, I'd do all the other trials and then just finish off with Spirit at this point.
Oh, because it's proximity to the entrance.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
That's
they
what
already have
he's
wind in there.
doing, too.
Yeah. Fire Trial, let's go.
Some minor optimizations, we'd like to see that.
Mm-hmm. Hover boots. It's pretty clutch for this trial.
Especially this strat.
No,
It
yeah, just
just
skipping
speeds
straight
things
across.
up so fast. And it's definitely worth practicing, because you'll have hovers pretty often going into Fire Trial.
Yeah, very fast fire trial there from Alexis.
But you know, there is still one question we need answered for the whole seed.
What's that?
Is Castle Escape sequence on?
Oh, well, we're gonna find out very soon here.
Exactly. That's why I say it's the final question. Because it's always the final question in RSL. Oh my god! Imagine if that was another bow right there.
Oh, sick arrow refill.
We're not getting it though, but it would be funny if that was actually the case.
You think Alexi still wins if escape is on? Oh yeah, both these runners definitely know how to execute escape. It would be fine. It's just a question of how much longer the seed is. Nice kill on Twinrova there for Manu, who's going to go back to fire and complete it, and then...
Oh, Collapse is
Ryan-
banned this time
Monkey?
around, so it's been defaulted.
Oh, okay. One of these runners is like, this might end up, if this ends up on restream, we're not making people watch Collapse. We're not doing that.
Now it's also just, it's like 2 minutes of basically nothing happening.
Yeah, it's not very fun. But some people like to still see it every once in a while. It's part of the game. Manu is reversing again?
Because you didn't get hammer.
Oh, he didn't get hammer. Yeah, I was just like, wait a second. Oh, they skipped hammer.
Oh, that is so unfortunate.
Wasn't hammer up the stairs to the adult Iron Knuckle fight?
Yeah, it was.
So they forgot the invisible chests on the stairs.
They didn't go that direction at all.
Oh.
They just went up to the boss. Oh, they're following GTG still because they think that's where it might be.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Where it's pretty simple what it was for. It was for fire small keys.
Yeah, that's hard to dig out though.
Fire
Still,
small keys and and spirits. I think there's probably a spirit small key in there as well, and shadow small keys too, because you logically need all 5 shadow small keys to beat Bongo, and there was one in GTG.
Yeah, that's hard to pick out, especially when you're playing the seed though. So I don't fault them for this play.
Yeah, it's understandable. It's unfortunate, but understandable.
Yeah. Yeah, when you have so many keys in key sanity and you know they could be on paths like that, it's hard to keep track of that information when you're playing. And Alexi's getting trolled by the Iron Knuckles on the way up, unfortunately.
Unfortunate.
They just want to give us more time watching this RSL, that's all. They're doing it for the fans.
And it's broken!
Both of them. What's broken?
The sword!
Oh, right, because Giant's Knife.
Yep, it is sadly broken.
Going for content. Alexi's taking the Iron Knuckles because he's like, give him content, and then Manu's like, I know the fans love GTG. We gotta give them more GTG.
Oh, he's going for the strength 2 block. I wouldn't be surprised if there was like a shadow small key and a fire small key there too.
Right. Well, I think the only thing that Manu didn't get around to checking is this, and then the poke the eye out room.
Oh, Manu did that.
Oh,
no, he did that.
They did? Okay. Oh, right, because the wolf was already dead in here. Alexis using choose. I like it.
The alternate strat when things do not go, your way.
Yeah.
Oh, that is unfortunate. Hopefully he goes back into spirit. Probably. Nope. Unfortunate.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what his thought is here now, playing Prelude.
Song of Time.
Child? Oh, right, because they haven't checked Song of Time, so they don't know that it's Bolero.
Yep.
Well, Lexi's have enough magic. Your magic gets refilled at the start of Ganondorf. Same with your hearts, right?
Magic doesn't. For Ganon, it does. Or for,
okay.
Castlescape, it does. For magic, but health is refilled both times.
Got it.
But you have more than enough. It's about enough for 1 or 2 shots.
Yeah. And these runners are very well practiced at this, so Lexis can easily one-cycle Ganondorf here.
Yeah, just 1 shot left, I think.
Alright, yeah, we'll need that shot.
Plus, there is a magic refill in the bottom of the room.
Yep.
Oh, nope. Okay.
Oh, no. Yeah, they gotta go down for it.
Maybe you could get
Yeah,
that.
I usually I like grabbing it on the way up. It's not that far out of the way, but I also have the tendency to eat dirt on Ganondorf more often than somebody of Alexi's skill, so I understand why he skipped it. Because you both know that, no, go on.
If you take those refills, they won't be there for the fight unless you save and quit.
Sure.
Oh, we're seeing Len's game.
At the very end, we're gonna get the answer of what's on treasure chest minigame.
Oh, I'm still in. Because anyone who knows me knows I go all right.
Oh, you're an all right fan?
And I'm out. Still one
again, they're
person
left.
in. Still in.
Wow.
Out.
Oh well, not this time.
R.I.P.
All right, let's get some hype for Alexis going on to fight Ganon here on the left side, and let's get some hype for Manu for getting treasure chest minigame on the right side for the getting all the fan content in. It's a stick.
Unfortunate.
Oh, this is a save and quit for I think Target in the Woods. Put on Slingshot.
Yep.
All right, Lexi's about to finish up Ganon here on the left side. Get that tail. Nice.
There we go.
Get ready with your GGs, everybody.
Escape sequence was indeed off, which is nice.
Yeah, they banned that. I don't blame them. Especially given how long these seeds are. If you're like in a 4-hour RSL seed and you have 2-minute escape on, oof.
Yep.
There you go. Alexis wins with about 3 hours, 34 minutes, and it was almost 34 seconds. Yep, 33. All 3s and 4s. But congratulations.
And understandably, Manu has forfeited.
Yeah, I don't blame them. You're still missing Hammer at this point. And it looks like we're gonna get Alexis for an interview. So hold your onto your Zeldas, everybody.
It was a good thing that he didn't like do the basement loop.
Yeah,
This time around,
hindsight,
just
save time.
save time. Yeah. But it still ended up being fairly close in the end.
Yeah, honestly, even with missing Hammer at the very end, times were relatively close. If Manu obviously grabbed Hammer, they would have probably been entering Ganon's tower as Alexis was finishing it.
Yeah. But unfortunately,
Yeah, but for RSL, that was a pretty close one. Again, these sometimes it's obviously easy to get off the path, and I think again that was a really good
especially
demonstration.
with key logic, keys, like being able to discern the key logic was definitely the big one this seed.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a great demonstration of how important understanding how the hint system works can play to your benefit, as it does in like many tournaments. But like with League, the hints were more just leaning on major items, which is a bit more straightforward. Where in this one, you're like, okay, what is a major item in what situation? The keys count. Okay, that changes things, you know.
Yep. And then key logic being really interesting too.
Yeah. I was a little impressed, not just with overall execution, but you can tell that the runners were figuring it out. Obviously, I think Alexis got there a little bit sooner than Manu did, which played to them finishing as soon as they did in this seed. Oh, here he comes. Congratulations,
Hello,
GG.
NGs.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah, so how do you feel with that seed?
Uh, it's okay, but some moment, mon casse.
Oh, yeah. What was the most cursed part about the seed for you?
The most cursed, I think it's, I think the most cursed is, need to rush 50 skull, but I guess I was lucky about that. Because I farm it pretty quick.
Yeah, both you and Manu are actually pretty tied in skull count right towards basically the entire seed. You were always within like 5 skulls of each other, and you both hit 50 within a few minutes. So both of you stayed on top of that. But there was a lot of Skulltula tokens that were just along the way for you, and you were ahead of progression. You were about a full dungeon ahead of Manu for a while. And so that saved you some time in the overworld, where Manu was stretching in overworld a lot more for Skulltula tokens.
Oh, okay. Okay, I guess I don't have many Overworld 2, but I full clear a lot in First Child.
Yeah, the first child was a very long segment, given the door was closed. How did you feel? We talked a lot about hints this seed. How did you feel about following the hints? Because obviously, with the keys being shuffled, it ended up being a major part of the run.
Falling in early? Or
Yeah, just in general, like following the path.
I think wait, not sure to understand. You speak about when I fall in the water in early, or no? I not understand.
Well, maybe Alex can clarify for me. So a lot of the path or way of the heroes seem to come down to keys. So like for Gerudo's training ground, it seemed to be like Fire Temple Key was for that one.
Okay. I understand.
Well, that was Wath, and yeah, there were quite a few keys there. They're definitely pointing more towards like that direction.
Yeah, somewhat for key, but I guess it's okay. With sanity, you need to do a lot of things. So fire, I don't think in earlier fire was a key. I understand when I see the first chest with the key texture. But so yeah, I released that in my first trip. It's maybe a lot of probability for a Ganon key and not necessarily a strength 3.
Right.
But before when my first trip fire, I think yeah, fire it's path of terror, so that's not. It's an item for just beat the end of the game, so that's okay. It's not an item I need to rush, but in sanity and in my first trip, it's necessary to do that one time. I guess it's impossible to do this 2 trip. Not 1 trip. I think 1 trip is hard in this seed. 1 trip fire.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. You can speak on that more, Alex. You were following the keys better than I was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was definitely going to be very difficult to do that. Granted, there wasn't even really much on the way up the first time around. But it just made sense to to rush it anyway.
Yeah, no need to rush it, but when you go in DMC first time, you want to do 1 trip anymore.
Yeah. Just unfortunate that it ended up needing at least 1 more key.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a little unlucky.
Also,
You have
doesn't
to climb all
help
the
that there were shadow keys in GTG, which is probably what it was also pointing towards. Because you do need all 5 keys logically for Bongo,
Yeah.
even a shortcut. So that probably is what it was pointing towards for
Yeah.
the water walk.
Yeah, that's why I didn't full clear shadow. I think it's not in logic, and maybe I have better to do.
Yeah,
And-
that's understandable.
Yeah.
And you could just come
Uh,
back later if it has something needed.
Yeah, it's easy to back in shadow. Just play Nocturne
Obviously-
and
Okay. Obviously, this is your first match of the tournament, so you have a lot ahead of you. Are there any settings in Random Settings League that you maybe don't feel as confident if they get happen to be turned on, or some that you dread? We heard from Fennel that Tower Collapse was banned, so obviously that's not a fun one.
yeah, no collapse. And auto in
Yeah.
floor 1. I'm so. When I banned that, I think that mean auto was on basement.
Yeah, there's definitely
they-
some preferences there.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
like-
okay.
Soul Shuffle for me is kind of cursed, except for Boss Soul Shuffle.
Yeah, it's hard, but I really like this one, so that's why I block it.
Oh, good.
I think
Okay.
I think that's my only strategy for the moment. Block anytime, anytime through sanity because I love it. But
No,
yeah,
absolutely. Having fun's the important part in these tournaments. So if you like that setting, block it by all means.
yeah, sure.
Well, Alex, do you have any more questions for Alexis?
No.
Okay.
I think
Well,
the seed kind of wrote itself out here.
Yeah, it threw some loops, but it wasn't too difficult. But thanks again for sharing on the restream, Alexis. Everyone had a lot of fun. This was the first RSL match we were able to get on the restream, so hopefully we get more. And we look forward to seeing you again later in the tournament.
Yeah. Thank you for the stream. Always cool.
Oh, absolutely. And with that, I think we'll hand it off to Chloe.
Yeah.
Thank you, and thank you everyone for Thank you, Alexis, for running. Thank you, Manu, also, but not here, for running the race. Thank you to our commentators and trackers, and thank you to all the viewers who stayed with us. So this will be it for us for today. We will read ZFG. No, that didn't work. Does that work? Yes, that works. Yay. So I hope we will see you later. Have a good day and a good time zone. See ya.
Okay, I go for French interview. Thank you again,
All right.
and have a good evening, everyone. Bye.
Bye. Thank
Bye.
you.
Yeah, I'm gonna head out as well.
Me
I'll
too.
see
Thanks,
y'all later.
volunteers. Bye.